Little light stack going on.
There it is.
There's the little light.
Yeah, we're on, Bob.
Yeah, we are.
This is the 75th episode of The Greatest Show.
75th? Wow.
Yeah. We're 75 episodes old.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. So we have a Kevin, and in the description of the episode, this time I actually put now with 100% more Kevin. He's not visible at the moment, but we are listening to what sounds like toilet water in the background.
And that would be him.
Yeah, and that would be him. But he'll be on in a minute, folks. I'm DJ.
I'm Bob.
You are Bob.
I'm so Bob.
You are so Bob. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to go to YouTube because I normally find a movie on YouTube to watch. Let's see. Back to the Future full movie. And there it is, free on YouTube.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep. Oh, requires payment to watch.
No, this is not
I was unaware that we had that. Oh, now we have two Kevins. That's like 200%.
Yes, 200% more Kevin.
Yeah. And so we're playing Ingress today. We've got one person, I think I mentioned this before, who, I don't know if it's a revenge thing or what, but like we'll go, I went through my town and then Leesburg and then Milford and then the Syracuse, like hitting all these portals. And this person like went right behind me, wiping out everything that I would, and she does that every single time. So we got like 3 more people playing on the green team a few weeks back, and they were saying, oh my gosh, there's this one person who keeps going around like following me around, hacking on my portals, and the same person. So obviously this person has no job and does Ingress full time. I think what it is that anybody who dares to hack one of hers, she follows.
Gotcha. I mean, that makes sense. We lost Kevin, so I'm going to re-invite him. Oh, there. He's there.
All right.
Here. Woo! There he is. Oh, my. Well, you broke up real bad there, Kevin.
Yeah, you went all robot-y. Can you hear me now? Do I sound weird too?
You don't sound weird to me, but of course I was the problem last time. Do you guys have the echo like you did last time?
No, no echoes.
I think Kevin's frozen. Yeah, he's... Kevin, you got something wrong with your feed, man. Kitty. Kitty's biting me. I'm petting her nicely, and she's biting me.
Yeah, that's because it's a cat. They devour souls while you sleep. Just a little bit every night so you don't notice. But that's what cats do.
I understand.
Yeah. So we had a...
what were you going to say?
I was going to say we had an episode of Doctor Who, followed by an episode of...
Star Wars?
Star Wars. What do you think today as one of our possible topics that we can throw in? Check it out. Who's on your shirt?
Shazam!
And I got the Green Lantern. I got the Green Lantern here. Dude, we can go superheroes.
We could. Or we could save it till next week, too.
Yeah, we can. Or we can... Next week can be like discussing a Doctor Who, Star Wars superhero like mashup.
Yeah.
I'm working on that. In fact, In fact, I started working on that. About 20 seconds ago now.
Oh, 20 seconds ago. Obviously, Kevin's speed finally died. He jumped off, but he'll be back, folks.
He will.
100% more Kevin.
And what are you drinking there?
Pineapple cider. Ace pineapple cider, to be specific.
That's awesome. Now, is it just pineapple, or is it like pineapple mixed with, say, apple?
Yes.
It's pineapple, say, mixed with apple. And it's the stuff I was drinking last week.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because we got 2 growlers full of it.
One.
No, well, 2 growlers worth filled because you filled the growler twice.
I filled the growler once with pineapple, and then I filled it once with green apple because they didn't have any pineapple left.
I get it.
I too have a growler.
Do you?
Yeah, it's right here. Okay, I'm back. Here's my growler.
That's a werewolf mask, Bob. That's a different thing.
Yeah, but you growl when you're wearing it, hence. So, same thing, right?
No, not really.
Okay, well, let me see your werewolf mask.
Wait. Oh, Tricia's getting...
White devil, white devil.
White devil. There, Kevin, you're actually moving now.
Well, that's
you're
from having technical issues.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Here's the growler, by the way.
That's a growler.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's almost like the big glass jugs that I'm making my cider in.
Yes.
Today I went to the brewing store and I bought a plastic, like test tube type thing. A tube probably about 2 inches round and maybe 14 inches tall. So you take your hydrometer and you put your hydrometer into your drink that you have in this test tube, and then it tells you like when it's done fermenting, and yeah. All right, so what's the weather like there?
The weather is in the upper 60s and 70s, and we are aware that you are not experiencing that, or at least hadn't experienced it over the last few days.
It is crazy here. We're out playing Amp-Guard today, right? That's the game where we beat the shit out of each other with foam weapons, all right? We're out there, and all of a sudden it starts snowing. So it starts snowing harder and harder and harder until the entire ground is covered in snow, and then the sun comes out, it starts to warm up, and it melts all that snow, and we're still playing, and then it starts to snow, and then it all melted, and then, like, we were going summer, winter, like, all day long today. Craziest thing. That's what Indiana's like.
That's what North Dakota's like.
And in North Dakota, because that's actually where we figured it out, and then we started seeing pictures from all over the place. So yeah, it's we don't have that problem here. Kevin might, but I don't.
Where you at, Kevin?
You guys woke him up.
We startled Kevin. Where are you at, Kevin?
Like, we see you, but, like, where are you at?
And just...
Man. Oh. Bye, Kevin.
I think my face is too bright now. I went ahead and killed one light and left this light on, but I look almost angelic with my glow.
That's okay. You are angelic, Bob. Hey, Kevin, you're back!
Hi, Kevin.
I'm going to send a message.
Okay.
Kevin, are you still having that big of an issue? Like you got a signal issue?
Yeah, just a sec. I'm going to completely disconnect and reconnect, see if that fixes it.
Sweet. We'll miss you.
Bye.
So I'm coming up with ideas for the next. Ooh, what's that?
This is one of my AppGuard swords. It does not have a cover on it, but this is what the it's PVC with a like a full noodle over the top of it, and then capped with layers of camp foam on the end. And so you have to have a pommel on the end, and then we just go out there and we beat the shit out of each other with the foam weapons. It's great.
Yeah. Hey, now Kevin's in like full form.
Yeah.
Looks like I just needed to disconnect my laptop from the internet entirely and then just hook it back up, so we're good.
Sometimes we just gotta disconnect.
And that sadly reinforces the old joke, have you turned it off and turned it back on again?
The funny thing is, I spent about a year as a Wi-Fi specialist, so...
So you are aware of the fact that Wi-Fi does not travel through water, correct?
I never had anyone submerge their router before, so...
So routers, if they're in a concrete room, they don't. The signal doesn't really get out because concrete's made mostly of water. So I had one guy call up to a tech support place I worked at, and he was telling me about all his Wi-Fi problems. He can right in the room he gets a great signal, but as soon as he leaves the room, the signal drops to like half or less, and he doesn't understand why. So I'm asking him all kinds of questions, and finally it comes out that the room that his router is sitting in has a bunch of aquariums in it. So I said, and it's a concrete room with aquariums inside. So I said, are the aquariums full of water? Well, yeah, they got fish in them. Okay, you're going to want to keep your router in a different room. Why? Because the signal doesn't go through water. It dampens the signal. So you're lucky to get any signal with not only a concrete room, but aquariums full of water. I'm shocked you can get any signal. Oh.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by the. I didn't know that. So you can't get like Wi-Fi on a submarine?
Well, no.
As long as you use an Ethernet cord.
As long as you use an Ethernet cord, she says. Yeah, the coax must be long to get that on the sub. No, the submarines have the new submarines, they don't surface anymore to get signal for stuff. They're using some sort of new technology that basically it just cuts right through everything. I mean, nothing slows it down. So they're getting signal. They don't have to rise anymore. They can stay submerged. You never know where they're at, sneaky bastards.
They got, like, when they do stop, they get, like, boxes and boxes of signal that they can use later.
That's right. Stockpile it.
Stockpile the signal, yes.
Yeah. Got freezer full of signal. It stays fresh if you keep it cold.
It's better than a pocket full of shells.
Yeah.
So at work, this is my soul work story that I'm going to bring up. At work the other day, they had the clerks had the radio on, and I swear to God that every song that came on the radio was brand new when we were in Puerto Rico. Every single song. So I was reliving the Navy right then and there because it was there was I can't even think of them now. I just went blank. Every song on the radio was that era, and we listened to all of it. I was like, wow.
There was one day every week, I think it was like Wacky Wednesday, where they played like funny songs all day long. A lot of the like oldies and stuff that were funny and just funny songs. Great. Ice Cube.
There's a band that you and I like and they are really loud.
Justin Bieber.
No.
News?
I wouldn't classify Muse. It's really loud. I'm trying to think of the fucking song. God,
Weezer.
no. I listened to it before in the Navy, before you, and then when I found out you liked it also, it was a 90s band.
Sing it to us.
I don't remember any of the words.
Hum it to us.
Something going away.
Okay, don't do that anymore. Yeah, that doesn't sound familiar.
Now I know it too.
Aha!
Oh crap.
I got it stuck in her. That's the first one that came on.
Offspring.
Offspring! Okay, so
Uh-huh.
after PT every day in Puerto Rico, because our neighbors, Chris and I's neighbor in the next room, they played the shittiest R&B music you could fucking listen to. So loud. Most of the night. Every PT, every day we were done PT, we would come in and we'd stick the Offspring in and we would just jack the volume up to 12. Wow. The entire time we were in the room. And they fucking hated it. But they didn't say a goddamn thing because they didn't want us shutting down their crappy R&B music at night. We weren't home most of the nights anyway. They didn't realize that. But, when we were there, it was so annoying. I never want to listen to Chasing Waterfalls ever again.
Oh my gosh. What a terrible, terrible song. With a terrible image, a terrible... there's nothing about that song that was good. I take that back. The one good thing about it was that Weird Al was able to make fun of it.
Ooh. What was the Weird Al version?
Don't go making phony calls.
Oh.
Yeah, it's about crank calls, obviously. Stick to the 7-digit numbers you're used to.
Kevin, sorry we're so loud and obnoxious. We kind of overpower you, but you can join in. I know you weren't in the Navy or anything, but...
Are you there, Kevin?
I think you froze. Did you try turning it off and putting it back on again, Kevin?
Yep.
There we go.
There you are.
Okay, I know we overpower you, but maybe you actually flaked out there for a second, but you can just jump in. We're overpowering, but I know you weren't in the military or anything. We like to reminisce now and then.
Yeah. And then again, and then again, and then again. I like being out here. I just got so much nerd stuff in this room that I like being out here. You ever play HeroClix?
No.
Ever hear of HeroClix?
I have, and when it came out, I was like, I like the concept, but I do not want to sink hundreds of dollars into this game because I know that's exactly what it would need in order to play it decently. And I was worried, and my worries were founded, that I wasn't going to be able to buy the heroes I wanted because it was more like a buy a box and whatever's in there is what you get type situation.
Right.
There's Kevin.
I swear to God, if I can find a way to strangle a Wi-Fi connection.
They should kill it for everyone.
Does your phone have a hotspot? Because when I have a problem, I connect my computer to my hotspot, and then my phone is like super awesome.
No, see, I have just terrible cell service.
Who are you with?
U.S. Cellular.
Oh, see, there's your problem. You're not one of the big four, man. I'm with the solid 4th place company, okay? Solid 4th place. But you know what? It's better than the place we were with.
Who you got now, DJ?
I've got T-Mobile, so I'm
paying. And what did you have?
I had Verizon.
Oh. Verizon sucks here. Like, there's people who have Verizon here, and they don't get a signal in my house. So if I had them, I'd have to go outside every time I wanted to call.
I want to amend your statement just a second ago, Bob. Okay, you said Verizon sucks here. Take the last word off and just say it again.
Verizon sucks. Oh yeah, okay, I got you.
That's who we had.
Well, they were great coverage, but they were so expensive.
Yeah, great coverage, very expensive. And of the customer service reviews, the last customer service review I read compared to AT&T and I think only Sprint at that time was Verizon ranks highest in customer service. And then you look at the scores, and it wasn't a positive review. It was just the least negative of the 3 reviews.
Wow. See, we've got the whole AT&T thing happening, and we're pretty. They're all right with us.
In North Dakota, we only had Verizon and AT&T. We come out here and we actually have access to all the companies and
And more like Metro PCS.
Metro PCS. I'm sure we have it. Yeah, Cricket. I'm sure we have access to U.S. Cellular where we're at because I know there's there's so many Boost. There's so many fucking options out here, and the great thing about T-Mobile is everybody's like, well, you can't get coverage outside of Portland. I get plenty of decent coverage where I need to go, but I don't want to leave Portland, so why the fuck do I care what the coverage is in
Right.
I don't care.
It's like when they say that most accidents happen within 25 miles of your own home, so don't fucking go home. Stay like 30 miles away from home at any given time, and you'll be fine. It very much ups your survival rate.
I don't think that works that way, Bob.
Oh, okay. Fuck it, I'm going home then. I just kidding, I'm home now.
Yeah. We gotta tickle Kevin's internet connection. Let's tickle it.
Yeah. Tickle it?
Yeah.
Wow.
If I get Google HD, that'll help.
Oh, wait, are you trying to broadcast in HD? Do we have that option? Can I not choose HD?
I don't know. Mine says HD on the side on your screen right there, the big screen. Does it say on mine too? Let me pull mine up. It says no. It does not say on mine.
Well, here's how this works. If I understand correctly, it will when the signal is strong enough, it will actually click us into HD. Because last week I know for sure, Bob, that you had an HD next to your name fairly often, but I haven't seen one at all this time. It's just the live button.
Huh.
You know what?
But just stand for Harry, dude. So.
Yeah. The viewers don't want to hear about technical issues and Kevin dropping off and shutting it off and turning it on again. We need to talk about something interesting, people. Let's talk about tiny penises in sunglasses driving convertibles in business suits, okay? Let's talk about that for a second.
Okay. You start.
At 5:45 here, which was basically 2 hours ago, the missus, say hi.
Hi.
The missus says, hey, I need to go to this one particular store. And we need to drive quite a ways to get there, 40 blocks. And then she's trying to convince me, and then she's like, but you can get ice cream while I'm in there. I'm like, okay, I suppose I'll go. So we got there, I got ice cream, and I was eating it while she was in the other store, and then we came home, and we were back in plenty of time, because I was kind of worried, considering traffic around here normally sucks. So, on our way back, uh-oh, we lost Kevin again. On our way back, we were passed by a Camaro, a white Camaro, with people wearing white business shirts and sunglasses, and I immediately went to the thought, that's a car full of douchebags. I don't know if these people were douchebags or not, but anytime I see anyone
probably
that looks like they just got out of work driving a convertible, I think douchebag. And then to solidify that, this guy comes. We come up to a red light, and this, I think it was a Mercedes-Benz convertible, pulls up. He was going to totally dart in front of me. But we got up there at the same time. And then after the light turns green, my line moves a little bit faster. He cuts over behind me, passes me in the bike lane on the outside to get around me. And?
Right, and convertibles are not bikes. Am I right?
Right, and Tricia had the best line, although I was thinking the same thing, is that guy's penis is so small. In fact, in my mind, it was an innie.
Wow. Yeah. I usually say, like, you'll hear somebody like, we'll be out there playing Amp or whatever, and somebody will just, like, burn out or something out on the road, and I usually say something along the lines of, sorry about your tiny penis, sir.
Well, you can say that, or you can stop and yell very loudly, oh my God, I am so impressed right now, I don't even know what to tell.
So impressed. Did I happen to mention that I'm impressed?
I love mocking people.
Huh?
I love mocking people.
That was from a song, even. Right then. The way that it said that. Do you remember the Violent Femmes? We used to listen to them all the time.
If you hummed a few bars, I would probably remember.
Blister in the Sun.
Oh, yeah, Blister in the Sun. There we go.
Yeah, yes, good job. See, she knows.
You know, now that I can remember The Offspring, let me figure out what else. I know that we heard some White Zombie. God, what else was on this station? I'm Just a Girl from
No doubt.
No Doubt.
No Doubt.
That was brand new.
Another one, Spiderweb one at the same time. Same album, I believe.
Yeah.
I did like No Doubt.
It was just song after song after song, and I was having a flashback.
With minimum commercial interruptions.
And you know what? I don't think that radio station played any commercials.
Wow.
Like, not even a station identifier.
Like motherfucking PBS and shit. Are we allowed to say things like motherfucking PBS and shit?
Yeah.
All right.
Why would we want to, though?
Yeah, I mean, like, who would do that?
Probably just some kind of morally degenerate jerk.
That.
Yeah. Someone hairy.
And that's why I booted him.
He has a lot of the century and he immediately drops off like he dropped the mic.
That was cool. That was a great exit, man. So it's possible that I have a jar of cherries somewhere behind me.
Yeah.
Great.
I do have one more work thing to say. Because we're constantly talking about dropping the mic when we do awesome things, what I have taken to doing lately is when I solve a problem at work, I'll grab the nearest pen and over a desk I'll reach up and I'll just let it go because that's our dropping the mic, and everybody gets it.
Dropping the mic.
Immediately gets it. I've never had to explain it.
Yeah, we got a mic that works on first shift.
You drop
Never
him?
dropped him.
No.
No, never. But then again, I've never picked him up, so.
Understood.
Okay, so I'm reading a book series. It's the. I might have showed you this before. This is crazy. It's the Wheel of Time series.
I've heard of it, and I think
And
I've
my
read
wife bought me.
part of it.
My wife got me this. It's the compendium, where it gives you an explanation of like places and people.
I've not read the series then. I'm thinking of a different series, but I have heard about that, and if you need a companion for a book series because it's that complicated, that's too much for me.
This book is 2 inches thick. I mean, it is like, there is so much
That
in
sounds
that
like a
series.
penis. 2 inches thick.
But okay.
Did you go through a? Did you go through a time? Yeah, pretend your connection is bad when I say weird things like that.
Oh no, I dropped it. I dropped the mic. Well, my book. I don't want it on the ground.
Well,
The ground is a terrible place for books.
you could just reach down and pick it up, but because you're in a movable chair that has wheels, the problem.
Yeah.
Did you notice that he has a wheelchair, Kevin?
Yes, I have a wheelchair. I have a wheelchair for a very good reason, though. At one point, my legs were actually working fine, but I found a free wheelchair. So that's my story.
I worked with a guy in Bismarck who actually needed a wheelchair, and what we discovered is that he could go to the movie for free every single time because he was in a wheelchair. And the way he explained why that happens is because they're just happy that he's not sitting. Hey, it's Bobberine.
Yeah. Schnicky.
Holy crap.
There's another one of you.
Yeah, there's.
Oh, I bet you went to his phone or something.
He probably went to his phone.
Yeah, I switched over fully to my phone, so I won't have video, but at least the audio will work perfectly.
Awesome! So then we got the other picture of you that looks like you're picking your nose, which is fine, but...
What?
The picture I have of you on the screen is you're sitting like... I think you were getting ready to scratch your face, but it's perfectly placed where it looks like you've got your finger up your nose.
Oh, great. So is that going to show on the broadcast?
I don't know if it'll... It's just what I see.
Oh,
No, it looks fine, bro. It's all good.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with digging for gold, all right? Sometimes it needs to happen.
Yeah, they were actually talking on the radio a couple days ago, saying that kids who pick their nose and eat it are strengthening their immune system. It's actually better for you. That, you know what? I don't think I'm going to go with that diet. They said it like... Because, I mean, if you look at it, like, they were talking on the podcast I listened to about the concept of, wait a minute, when we were in school, there was a fat kid in the class. There was a person who was allergic to stuff in class. And now you're looking at, like, almost everybody is considered to be overweight. There might be a few skinny people in the class, but it's mostly, like, most people are overweight now. And as far as allergies go, like, everybody seems to have allergies. Kevin!
It's Kevin!
Yeah.
Yeah, on the camera setting on the phone.
All right! Now you can take us places.
Shink. Yeah.
Do you have a porn stash, Kevin?
No.
What?
Maybe it's just the way the shadow's hitting your face.
Well, he's never going to join your podcast again after this one, guys.
Am I the only one drinking?
No.
Are you the only one what?
Drinking.
No, I'm so drinking. This is my second glass. It's just tougher to drink with Wolverine claws. Oh, yeah, I'm wearing Wolverine claws. For those of you who are listening to this and not watching it.
If anyone is listening to this and not watching it, why are you on YouTube? Really? I will end up making this an audio feed again in the future because I want to wait till the 100th Epiversary, and 101 will start the dual video and audio feed because I want to add the music and stuff back again. Bob is having too much fun. Kevin, you look like you're getting ready to go on a trip in like a haunted house or something.
On what?
In a haunted house. Like, you know how they attach the camera to that stand in front of them and then they walk around and it looks all weird and stuff? That's kind of how it was looking.
Yeah, I'm using my laptop now as a kind of paperweight to hold up the phone.
Have either of you ever actually been in a real haunted house?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, probably every place I've ever lived in
That's
has
not
been
true.
haunted.
That's not true. Our studio half house was not haunted.
That's true. I don't remember anything there.
Here's what I remember about that. I remember the drug dealer across the street who constantly had the DEA at his house.
Mhm.
And I remember us making napalm, you trying to stamp it out with your shoe, and then being upset that your shoe would not stop burning.
Yeah, well, I like that shit so much that I had 2 of them.
Well, see, the amount of Kevin, to give you a firmer reference, the amount of napalm we had was I don't know, roughly the size of this tiny remote. So it's smaller than my hand. So we light it on a cement thing to watch it burn, and it was burning a really long time. So Bob decided it was time to put it out. So he starts stamping on it, and I immediately thought, napalm sticks to everything. So he immediately had to remove his shoe because it had caught on fire, and then we
I don't
stared.
remember why we tried to put it out. I know that we also set the gas can on fire.
Well, we may have, actually. We tried to put it out because we were tired of waiting for it to go out, and then we ended up waiting to watch your shoe go out, because that was kind of fun.
Yeah. Good times. Good times.
Good times.
Which goes to say, it also is proof that when you're in the military, you drink a lot of alcohol.
I want to say we were sober that day.
Were we?
There was a lot of stupid things we did while we were sober. I mean, I can't even blame alcohol for what we did, some of the stuff.
That's true. So much nerd stuff. Yay.
That's your warning, Kevin. Never join the military and not be sober. I mean, be sober. I mean, you want to be able to blame alcohol for stuff.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that being an issue for me, ever.
You don't drink, or you don't want to join the military?
I have no desire to join the military.
What?
He's going to drink.
So,
I have issues with authority.
Yeah, so did we. I noticed that like everybody who was in had issues with authority.
yeah. Well, here. I think of it this way. While you're in and you're listening to these people, you're thinking, God, you are the biggest fucking idiots in the world, yet you are the one that's in charge. How did that fucking happen?
And then that happens at every job you have in the civilian
And it
world.
happens every single job I go to, and I am now in a position where I'm looking back at all those people back then, and I'm thinking, you know what? I didn't know what was going on, and while I didn't necessarily agree with the decisions they made, I now understand why the decisions were made.
Yeah.
Which means those people were not as big of fucking idiots as I had previously assumed.
One thing that I did like about the way they did it, and it was something that I was very much against, was that, let's take boot camp, for instance. There was a guy who got ASMO'd. ASMO'd means that they take you from where you're at and they make you start over again. So this guy was such an idiot that this was like his 3rd or 4th time that they said, you're so fucking stupid, you're going to start over again. So what that means is now he's been in longer than, what, 7?
The guy that graduated with me in my boot camp was his 7th ASMO. He had been in so long he didn't remember the last song that was popular on the radio when he joined the Navy.
So this is the fucked up thing, is that these people, 4 for this guy, 7 for this guy, they're so fucking stupid that they can't even get through boot camp with, but now they're in charge of things because they've been in the longest, they've got seniority, so they're the ones in charge. And it's like, you guys are the idiots. That's why they sent you back. So, but one thing that did do is that, not so much in the case of the idiots, that was one thing that I didn't like, is that, like, the people who were that fucking stupid, but it also works for people who are shy, quiet, whatever, who never really jumped in and took the initiative to do things, to all of a sudden say, you, and they're like, oh, me? Yeah, you're in charge now. And it forced them to stand up and be somebody. You know what I'm saying?
The Asmo was never in charge of anything because the guy that was in charge of us realized that he was a fucking idiot and he did not put him in charge. The guy that was in charge of my particular company was he had been in ROTC most of his schooling career, but for some reason couldn't get accepted to be an officer, so he was the one that was placed in charge because he understood how the military worked, whereas the rest of us were like, what? And he, in hindsight, he was the most qualified person to be leading us, honestly. And at my age, having witnessed what I have witnessed, and being in the position that I'm in, while I still question some decisions that are made, I more appreciate the reasons that they are made rather than the actual decisions, knowing that, you know, maybe I don't know all the factors in play here. So while the surface of this sounds extremely stupid, it's possible that the second or third or fourth factor that I don't know about may be the reason that the decision's getting made.
Change the subject here.
Sweet.
Have you heard of the tipsy bartender?
No.
It is a thing on YouTube and Facebook, and they show you how to make awesome drinks. The one I saw the other day was the Incredible Hulk, where they had a black sugar around the rim, and then the whole thing was, you had like two different layers. One was green and one was purple. And they just like show you how to make awesome, amazing drinks. Called the Tipsy Bartender. When I clicked on here, it's called the Razzmelon Sour. Sounds pretty good. Razzmelon. Also, since we started, somebody has shared my link of a link.
Yeah. But they haven't shared the link for the greatest show, so not as many people know about it. So we need people. We need people.
I shared it.
She shared it. Bob shared it. I shared it. Kevin, did you share our link on Facebook?
No, I can't access Facebook right now.
There's
I've
actually
only got one window that I can use.
There's a Deadpool shot. It's a drink called a Deadpool.
I only go back to this because it's in reference to our current conversation. Do you remember in the Navy when Chris introduced us to the green dinosaur?
I do not.
It was a drink, and I can't find a recipe anywhere online. It was a drink that he had known about from Ohio, is where I want to say he was from. And in Ohio, this very specific bar made this drink called the Green Dinosaur. And every place that he would go, he would tell the bartender how to make it. And he says that the portion that a bartender would make it in, there was a certain portion you would make it in, and you would only need one to get drunk. So,
wow.
Constantly challenging those of us that didn't believe him to drink just the one and see how knocked up we got. And it was potent, very potent, and it didn't taste that bad. It was a shade of green that was bright and cheery, and I don't even remember half the ingredients, but it was good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's. I'm kind of interested. Maybe that's one that we can find and make and drink and be happy. Those are all my favorite things to do. Couldn't find it.
Green dinosaur drink. It's the 4th option on Google. Here, let's find out.
Wow.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Is that it?
I think it is.
Wow.
Well, maybe. Well, this is what this ingredients are. 2 ounces of vodka, 2 ounces of gin, 2 ounces of rum, 2 ounces of Midori melon liquor. I assume it's just melon liquor. Are you watching?
They're making the Deadpool right now.
It disappeared.
Go ahead. It disappeared?
No, yeah, it went black. I assume that it won't let us show YouTube videos on YouTube.
Oh, no.
Here we go. Here, I'll
So?
click. So yeah, so then it's and it went black again, Bob.
That is so weird.
Bob, apparently when you go black, you never. There we go. So you can't. Are you trying to make it full screen or something?
I did, and I put it back.
So yeah, we don't see anything now at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take that off there.
Okay.
Where's
So
my
anyway,
face?
After the 2 ounces of melon liquor, it's 2 ounces of triple sec, 2 ounces of sweet and sour mix, and 2 ounces of 7-Up. I want to say that Chris's Green Dinosaur was a lot more alcohol than that. So let me see.
That was all alcohol.
Well, the thing about the alcohol is if you have, let's say, 1 glass with like 4 different alcohols in it, you still have 1 glass of alcohol. So, now granted, if you drink a glass of some really strong shit, you're still drinking a glass of really strong shit, but maybe smaller glasses, I think?
The recipe I keep finding is consistently that, so I think that might be it. You know, part of the problem is that it was so long ago. When I got out of the Navy, we didn't have Google to go look this shit up. It was just, oh my God, I got to remember.
Yeah, I didn't remember nothing. I had notebooks full of stuff. I used to have the way I was able to get on the internet was through the web TV. It was a device about the size of a VCR that you hook into your TV, and it lets you go online through that. Of course, it's dial-up, but one of the things that I would do is instead of writing down information, I'd pull up like codes and stuff for video games. Is that I would put in a blank tape and record what was on the TV, and then just go through and get the codes and stuff. So I got them all like saved onto a VHS tape of me surfing on the internet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, that's no more ridiculous than you and your tape deck computer bullshit you told me about as a kid. Don't even.
Okay,
Nuh-uh.
in high school, well, actually before high school, but high school is really when my parents had bought basically it was a Commodore VIC-20. Okay, that was the type of computer. There's no such thing as a hard drive then. It was a keyboard that you plugged into the TV directly, and
I don't even know how.
If you, and I'm not sure how either anymore, but if you wanted to save, or if you wanted to write and save programs, what you did is you hooked into the keyboard a tape drive, like a cassette tape drive, and what it would do is you type up your program, you would get it to work, and I know how to program that way, but and I could still do it today if I really wanted to. But you could type it up, you could get it to work, and then if you wanted to save it, you saved it to this tape drive, and what it would do is you hit the record on the tape drive, and basically tell the computer to save, and you would sit there for between 10 to 15 minutes, yes, 10 to 15 minutes, while it audio wrote a program onto this cassette tape, which, in case you were wondering, sounded like a fax machine basically the entire time. Because if you just play it in a cassette deck, that's all it does. So that's how you played or saved programs. And if you wanted to load a program from a tape drive and you had multiple programs, you would type in the name of the program, you would hit play on the cassette drive, and you would wait until it played to the point where it started, and then it would tell you it found it and it was loading, and you would wait 10 to 15 minutes for it to load.
Wow.
That
See, we
sounds.
didn't even have a computer when they had the 5.5-inch floppies. We didn't even have a computer then.
Kevin,
I didn't
yes.
have a computer until they had the.
Yes, in hindsight, it was awful. We eventually got upgraded to what is known as a Commodore PET computer, which was a monitor, the closest thing to a hard drive you were going to get at that time, and an attached keyboard. It was all one unit. It was only a monochrome screen, so it was green and black, which was awesome. And you could program on that too, but you still had to save on floppies, and this is where I was introduced to the 5.25-inch floppy drives, floppy disks. And then my dad built a computer, and that was the first time I was introduced to a hard drive and the need for actual operating system type stuff, because I was still doing it the old way where everybody was using Windows 3.1.
Yeah, I'm going to admit here that the oldest computer I have ever actually seen was a Commodore 64, and even that only in a movie.
I think we have one of those in storage.
The VIC-20 is the predecessor to the Commodore 64. So my dad, my parents, I shouldn't keep saying my dad, my parents bought the VIC-20, kind of held out until the PET came out. I think Dad got a deal on the PET, which is why we got it in the first place. And then after that, it was a build-your-own-computer course that we took, or he took, and basically I took that computer from him. And then the first computer I really used the internet on belonged to the one over there
My dad.
in 1997.
Oh, my computer in our apartment.
Yes, and looking back at what we can do now compared to what that computer would do, that one, Kevin, you might have an appreciation for that. It did everything a computer today does, but just we had a massive megabyte of hard drive space. I mean, it was maybe 10 megabytes. It was a tiny drive, but it was like, how are you going to fill up that much? How much? How can you do that?
3 songs. That's how you fill that up.
Oh shit! Even the 3.5 floppies, they could hold a song if it was a short song.
Well, but MP3s hadn't really been invented yet. I don't.
Right. So that was the whole file of a song.
Yeah, because we were using, I think terrible fucking software. Like the Real Player was awful. Awful.
Winamp?
Winamp, yeah, we used Winamp. Yeah, and I can't even remember how large the hard drive was on that first computer, but I can tell you it was tiny compared to what we got now. And now we're carrying around like flash drives that are like terabytes in size. I mean, they're just.
My phone is 128 gigs.
Her phone is 128 gigs. I think mine is 64.
Yeah.
And it's by the way, to all the teachers that might be watching this, for any reason, you all said we would not have calculators on us at all times. You were wrong, and I would just like to point that out.
Yeah. Yeah, not only do we have, I usually have 2 calculators on me at any given time, but also the hours that I spent in a freaking computer lab learning how to program, yeah, that was all wasted time, thank you very much. The stuff that I needed to know. This is the future. Remember saying that? Yeah.
I really want to write phone apps, but the thing that keeps barring me from doing it is not the programming language, because if I just sat down and started toying with the programming language, I would get it in fairly short order. But the thing that really prevents me from doing it is the $99 developer account that Apple requires me to have in order to test my programs and or put them into the App Store. So,
wow.
Yeah. If let's and there's one thing that somebody like Dan has been on the show before. Dan from before. The one thing that Dan and I were doing before our parting of the ways was that we were working on a web game, and his method of working on the game is how I approach projects now, because I understand that that's probably the best. So when the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, when you're looking at that, you're probably thinking, oh, I want a game like this, so we got to have this area, and we got to have that area, and we got to do this, it's got to do that, we got to do all of that. It's great that you want to have those goals, but the first thing you need to do in order to make that game is have a simple combat system. One group versus another group, how does it work? Because most of the game hinges on that. So once you've got a simple, and let's just use that as the example, once you've got a simple, let's say, rock, paper, scissors app written, then you add on the layer that allows certain special attacks in that rock, paper, scissors. So now you add Lizard Spock. So,
yeah.
And then on top of that, then you've got the rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock arena, and you've only got the rock, paper, scissors arena, and then you've got the place where you upgrade your rock, paper, scissors, lizard, and Spock. So now you've built off of your original idea, developed it over, and then expanded it, and you just keep going like that. So that's how you program. So what I want to do...
I think that no matter what you do, you're going to get people saying, this is pretty good and all, but you should have added hot sauce as one of the options, or some like batshit fucking crazy thing, because somebody else thinks it should be better if you had just done it a different way.
Well, I have long had the idea of having, and I'm okay letting this out there because I would love to see somebody do it, because honestly I don't think I'm going to get a chance to do it. I would love to have, when the collectible card games first came out, they were fun to play, but I wanted to come up with something that had a specific theme to it, because what I've learned in life is if you want something specific, do it yourself, because no one else is going to. So I'm thinking I'm going to invent a collectible card game, and I have the basis for it, by the way, where you and anyone else around you that has another deck, so you've each got your collectible card decks. If you know that other person wants to fight, you sit down and you have a kung fu fight based on cards that you're playing. Mm-hmm. The game is so versatile that a third person, as if in a real fight, could sit down and just jump in, and then it's a three-person fight. You can also add weapons. You can add a fourth person, a fifth person. It's like a real kung fu fight, like you're watching a kung fu movie, but you're playing cards to do it.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
I had a lot of development into this, and then collectible card games kind of started going, and let's level off. So then I'm like, God damn it, now what? Well, then I thought, hey, let's do that same concept on a phone. So I would like an app that does that. So you've got using Star Wars, you've got a collectible Star Wars, you've got characters that you collect, and those, you got your basic moves, your punches, your kicks, your jumping kicks, your back fists, you know, all the little things to add. You can have a starter pack that's got, you know, basic stuff in it, and then you can buy expansions to get specialer moves or more advanced moves or modifiers to those moves. And then every once in a while you release something like a Magic the Gathering type thing, where it's the Fire Nation Invades expansion pack, and then you've got like fire powers that you can add to your base cards, because the base cards will work for anything, and a base card player can still fight a fire character and have a decent shot at winning.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, but again, $99 is preventing me from doing that.
I would think that that would go with the rock paper scissors that you were previously talking about, where Magic the Gathering, the Pokemon games. Take a look at the Pokemon games with the basic 3 starters, where fire beats grass, grass beats the water, and the water beats the fire. So it's your basic rock, paper, scissors. So if you have that mixed in with the where every punch that you throw has another card that, if it's played, can block it.
And this card game, which I called Card Fu, is based off of rock paper scissors. So all of your attacks and defenses and special moves and stuff are all rock paper scissors based. And one card represents an attack, a special attack, and a reversal and a block, or all kinds of that stuff. One card does all of it. So it's not, oh my God, I've got no defensive cards. All I can do is attack, so I'm gonna be able to punch him, but I can't defend. No, because in a fight, you're not going to sit there and let the bigger guy punch you while you're just fighting back. I mean, you're going to defend too. So cards did that. As an app, though, I was thinking of Kung Phone.
What you eating?
Me? Oh, Kevin.
What's that? What's she eating?
Meatball sandwich.
Oh, yeah. When's mine supposed to get here? No, I had pizza right before the show here.
Yeah, I had to eat something because I don't eat lunch at work, so I hadn't eaten anything today up until right now.
And before we went to go get ice cream and that, we had herb cream skillet chicken or something with vegetables. It was good.
I haven't been eating lunch at work unless I bring it myself because I'm kind of. They raised the prices in the vending machines because they keep doing this. Like every place that I work does the same thing. Like here's your price, all right, and then gasoline is here. So the price of gas goes up. So they say, well, we have to raise the prices in the vending machine, and the price of gas goes down. And then the price of gas goes up. We got to raise the prices in the vending machine. The price of gas goes down. So, like, this keeps going up. Every time the gas goes down and back up again, the price of this stuff has to go higher because the gas prices have gone. It's no higher now than it was 3 years ago. In fact, it's down quite a ways since then, but it drops, and so when it goes back up again, gas prices went up.
They got to milk it for all it's worth. Plus, you're taking your life in your own hands by eating the stuff in the vending machine. Let me tell you that.
There's some of it that's really good. Like there's these like pizza burgers. That's like 2 food groups in one sandwich, right? So they're pretty good.
Sorry.
Well, bless you. They're pretty good sandwiches. They're pretty cheap, and some of the stuff's pretty good. But I'm looking at prices on things. Like, you can get a package of donuts like this big. It was like the little chocolate donuts. They had those little packs of those for $1. Now it's $1.05, $1.05. So it's no longer a bill that you put in. You have to put in a bill and then the lowest coin. And I was like, wait, $1.05? Who the fuck is $1.05? So I'm no longer buying those, especially when you can get like the big one for $2 at the gas station.
Do you remember a time when a vending machine, a soda vending machine, was 50 cents a soda?
Yes. In fact, there was one when I was in high school. There was one by my parents' house where it was a cheap pop. I don't remember the brand, but it was pretty good. But it wasn't one of the like main brands. $0.25 pop.
And Kevin, what's the lowest denomination of soda in a machine you've seen?
$1.25.
That's where I was going with that. Is that except for the one at work right now, which is only $1, every vending machine I have seen is at least $1.25, but is more likely $1.50 for the same 12 ounces of fucking soda.
I have not seen the
12 ounces.
What?
Well, because here at least, the $1.25 is usually for the 20-ounce bottles. There are maybe 2 vending machines in this entire town, I think, that actually have cans that are 12 ounces. Those are like 75 cents each.
Oh, see, that's what's at work is the cans, and it's $1. And I've actually seen cans come out of machines for $1.50.
Wow.
When my brother was in high school, he went on a trip to Washington, D.C. All right? So that was in 1992. And the cans in Washington, D.C. were $2 in 92. But that was a place where, like, everybody went. You went to Washington, D.C. not because you wanted to go. Like, you don't just walk through Washington, D.C. You go there when when you're on a school trip, or there's a reason to go there.
Or you're representing the union that you were a part of at one point.
Yes, because that happens to us all the time. Well, you. Happens
Twice.
to you.
I went there twice. The first time I went by myself, and the second time I took the missus, and she had a great time.
Uh-huh.
I need birds.
What?
I need birds.
Why do you need birds? And what kind of birds do you need?
Angry ones. I have like these really big angry bird slippers, and I'm in the apartment right now, and there's no heat out here. It's really cold. Angry birds. I need them.
Well, why don't you get some Angry Birds, and Kevin and I will talk about some stuff.
Well, right now my leg is cramping up big time.
Awesome. Punch yourself in the junk, and you'll forget all about your leg.
Solid advice there.
I'll be right back. I'll go get some birds.
Oh, DJ, I might be coming to Portland at some point in June.
There's no reason I shouldn't be here.
You live here.
I mean, I could always say, maybe we'll be, going on vacation. No, I know when my vacation is.
Well, because there's this masquerade ball thing going on there, so I'm thinking I might be in town for a couple of days.
Is that the Vampire Masquerade thing that I saw?
Yeah.
God damn it! Now I need to Google that shit. Because I saw that and I kind of whatever. Because I figured it was in Las Vegas. What?
June 4th.
Okay, June 4th, Vampire Masquerade Ball.
VampireBallPDX.com.
Okay. So
yeah, the tickets aren't actually on sale yet. So.
What is it for? Like, why is there? What is it?
It's just like a goth thing. Like, you get dressed up in Victorian style clothes, masquerade masks, all that, and just hang out with other people who are also into that kind of thing.
Oh.
No street clothes, everything from tuxedos, ball gowns, corsets, regular.
So basically, I can't go because I'm too fat to fit into anything that isn't street clothes.
Well, it's like a goth club. Like, if you have, like, a tweed jacket or something, that should be good enough.
I don't have a tweed jacket.
You don't have any, like, suit stuff at all?
No, the suit that I used to own, even at my current size, would be way too big. My dad bought it, and it's actually it was just a business suit, and I just had it. On Angry Birds, Bob.
Yes.
So
see, I've still got everything that I had for my Jack the Ripper costume for Halloween, so I can just throw that on.
Where does this happen in Portland?
yeah, where's this at in Portland?
That's some club. I don't remember which one exactly.
She just said Melody Ballroom.
Melody Pond.
No, the Melody Ballroom is whoa, that's very it's purple. Let's see here. 615 Southeast Alder Street.
Oh.
Yeah. So that is almost right up against the river.
Okay, what was it?
615 Southeast Alder Street.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
See,
So-
there are like no goth clubs around here, so I'm looking forward to that.
There's a
There's a
there?
Lovecraft
Yeah,
bar here,
that's it.
you know.
Okay. I found a cool ballroom. This may be the one you guys are talking about.
It's like themilodyballroom.com or something like that.
It'd be fairly easy to get to from our
That
house.
might be it. Is
Stay.
it this one?
No, that's a ball pit, Bob.
Oh, that's something different then. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Bob, it's something different. But yeah, we have a Lovecraft bar here. I did find out though that I think it's for like heavy metal people, which I guess is fine. I'd still like to go there. We have the TARDIS room, which has a lot of Doctor Who memorabilia. And they play Doctor Who like constantly on the TV.
That's pretty cool.
They have the Doctor Who pinball machine in there, which is awesome. Let's see what else we got here that Kevin I want to make jealous about, so that Kevin moves here.
Well, the Lovecraft one sounds pretty cool, and then there's also an H.R. Geiger bar. Have you ever heard of that one? I'm not sure where that's at.
Yeah, it's probably not here. I'm just talking about stuff that's physically in Portland that I know about.
Well, you've also got one of the headquarters of Airbnb.
Ooh.
Airbnb?
I think I was going to try to work for them in their kitchen.
Do you know what, Kevin? We can be your Airbnb.
Well, the funny thing is, we used to have Airbnb as a client until we decided to go a different direction with that. They weren't profitable enough for us.
What I'm saying is that when you come up, you can stay here.
Oh.
Yeah, even though we're really far east, it's really easy to get to that ballroom from our place on a bus.
Or the Max.
Or the Max. A little bit tougher, but the bus.
Yeah, the bus will take you there. Public transportation here is awesome.
Yeah, well,
Public transportation is where lots of people get together and ride the same piece of equipment somewhere.
Yes, I am familiar. We do have a bus system here, too.
No, I'm saying to Bob, because Bob is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm very in the middle of nowhere.
So, like, axe murder, middle of nowhere, or just like...
Like,
no, those are another 40 blocks east.
Yeah, but no, yeah, Bob, at any moment in Bob's backyard, some banjo playing hillbillies could come out and start eating his children. Uh-oh. Oh, we got a story.
No. I was just going to tell him, we live on 126th, and that place is on 16th.
110 block that way.
So that's a, it's going to be about 6 miles from our house.
Damn.
So
that's pretty cool that you can, like, tell... Right. Once you have, like, the grid thing happening, you know exactly how far away it is and stuff.
The only reason I know how far away it is because it's fairly close to the convention center, and I go there a lot to volunteer.
Yeah, because, I mean, I walk 4 miles to work, so...
So this is right up your alley, Kevin. You stay, and you know us, sort of?
So the bus that would take you from our house to it would be, I think, about a 4 to 6 block walk from where you'd get off the bus and walk to the ballroom.
Oh yeah, but I've also got other friends in Portland that I'd probably be going with, so...
Yeah. Hey, we have a viewer!
Hi, viewer.
Because I showed up.
Hey, I can't deny that. We've had 0 viewers till she showed up. The viewer disappeared, but I'm sure the viewer will return. And the viewer's back!
Oh.
Okay, so it looks like the H.R. Geiger bars, there is not one there. Let's see. Las Vegas, Seattle, New York, Los Angeles, and then there's some in Switzerland and London.
Are we closer to Seattle or Switzerland? I always forget.
I think Switzerland.
Okay.
Like if Seattle and Switzerland were playing a soccer match, we would root for Switzerland. So it's because they're regionally close. Oh no, it's because we hate Seattle, except for their football team.
It's pretty.
But they have the Space Needle there.
They do have the Space Needle.
Have you been to Seattle?
I have.
Oh, okay. I haven't been to Seattle.
In '92. Where, as a youth, I was, I just for a little reference here, I am afraid of heights. So, who gets pressed up against the glass of the elevator going up the Space Needle?
Is it you?
It's me. Was not happy about that situation.
I'll do it next time.
Okay.
See, that would be just so much fun for me.
We have an aerial.
Yeah, I'd like.
We have an aerial tram here. There's a hospital called OHSU, I think, are the letters. I think I got them in the right order. Anyway, they're up in a mountain, kind of southwest of Portland, and it's sort of a tough area to get to, not a lot of parking, things like that. So they have an aerial tram system where you can park or ride your bike or use public transportation. You get to a point and you get on an aerial tram, which is just a car made of glass all around that goes up on a cable, and it takes you from the ground up to into the mountains, over all kinds of houses and buildings and stuff to get to the hospital. So I made him go on it with me before we moved here, when we came here to vacation and made sure we wanted to move here. And I was up against the window, and he was behind me, and he was squeezing my shoulder a little too tight because he was freaking out.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not a fan of heights. And so once again, we'll have a Navy reference here. Bob will understand that the swim test begins with you standing on a 12-foot high platform, and you have to step off of it like upright and into 12-foot deep water. So not only am I afraid of heights for this story, I also can't swim. So the two most nightmarish things that could possibly be mashed together for me at that moment, and I had to do it 3 times.
Could have been worse, dude. They could have been like asparagus in the water.
I just don't like asparagus. I'd have been okay with asparagus in the water.
So, huh?
Kevin.
Sorry, you joined the Navy without being able to swim?
Hey, we live in North Dakota. There's no water there.
And
there's no heights there either.
While I can float long enough to pass the swim test, I still to this day cannot swim.
Wow.
Well, you live in Oregon now, so that's going to change.
Me and me and somebody the other day were discussing something, and I brought up that you joined the Navy, and they're like, I don't know, they asked me some sort of question like, why the Navy? I'm like, well, it logically makes sense to join the Navy when you live in North Dakota, because you're in the middle of the country with no water anywhere near you. And so she thought that was funny, and then we were talking. It was at the knitting. Then we were talking about this OMSI Science Center here. They have a submarine that you can tour.
The Bluefin.
Yeah, it was used in
On for Red October.
Yeah. And I told her we wanted to tour it at one point, and we went there. They sold us tickets, then they took them back because they said they shouldn't have sold them to us. But anyways, I told her, from him actually being in the Navy, that would have been the first time he actually would have been on a submarine.
Now, I joined the Navy to be specifically a sonar technician on a submarine. But during one of our gas mask drills in the Seabees, I discovered that I was claustrophobic. So it ends up being a good thing that... so right now, what I'm saying is the worst combination of things you could do to me. Suspend me in a glass box hundreds of feet in the air that is filling actively with water. Okay, those are the 3 worst things you could possibly match together with me.
I'm just noticing
I will
that
keep that in
you're
mind.
the
Future
most
reference.
person ever.
What, Kevin?
I said I'll keep that in mind for future reference.
Yeah, just in case you become an evil supervillain and you want to take me down. The only other thing that you could add to that to make it even worse is having 3 of the walls be the picture of my ex-wife. I mean, that would be icing on the cake right there.
How do you feel about snakes?
I'm not a fan of snakes.
I thought you said thanks. I was like, wait a minute.
The what? What about snakes?
What about flying snakes specifically?
Well, flying snakes do not excite me. I can tell you that with some certainty.
They sound amazing.
Well, the thing I was going to say about the ex-wife photo, though, is that the devil, I don't believe photographs, so you're going to have a hard time getting pictures of her.
I learned that I'm very claustrophobic. Being up high doesn't bother me at all, but DJ also knows I'm claustrophobic because at one point...
He broke my fucking car.
I broke his car because the door wouldn't open. So next thing I know, I'm crawling out of I'm getting up off the ground where I had gone across the car out his door like so fast that I ripped out everything in between here and there. Yeah, I didn't even realize it.
I had to detach that fucking door and reattach it to get it to work again correctly.
I tried to get out, and I couldn't, and I flipped the fuck out. So, yeah, I don't like being trapped somewhere, but being up high...
Why do you think we always drove that fucking car with the T-tops off?
Here's the thing, is that when you're up high, you see far. And that's the best thing for me, is being able to see out as much as possible, out in the open.
You know, one of my aunts, she had this car back when I was a kid. Well, she had 2 horrible cars. The first one was the Screaming Metal Death Trap, which...
Sounds like a rock band.
Okay, none of the doors latched. Like, none of the doors would stay closed on their own. So the front and back seats both had bungee cords stretched across, holding the door. And the passenger side in the front lacked a floor. So if you were sitting in the passenger seat, you had to be very careful to keep your knees up and braced against the dashboard so that you didn't accidentally like lose your shoes to the road.
That's fucking terrible. Hey, viewer, you can also use the question and answer thing, and we can read it. I'm pointing over this direction because that's where it's at for me.
The button's over here, but the actual thing comes out over here.
Yeah.
The second vehicle that she had, what we affectionately referred to as the Rape Mobile.
Wait, with a K or a P?
P.
Okay, the Rape Mobile. Gotcha.
Because for this car, the only door that opened was from the inside. All of the doors opened from the outside, but the only one that opened from the inside was the driver's door, and none of the windows rolled down.
Oh. The Rape
There's 2
Mobile.
extremes there.
So the only way to get out of the car once you were in it was for the driver to let you out.
Yeah.
I'm seeing something here, just a little bit off subject.
Well, you're looking down, and I'm hoping it's not at your junk, so go ahead.
According to my junk... Wait, no. Well, this is possibly good. I'm not sure what to think about this. Okay, you guys know who Bruce Campbell is, right? Ash from The Evil Dead?
Unfortunately.
So it says, the Doctor is finally coming to America, Doctor Who with Bruce Campbell.
Kevin posted that yesterday
I hope it's April Fool's.
because it was an April Fool's thing, and my response to that was no, just no. Now, for those that know me, I am not a Kevin. I'm not a Bruce Campbell fan because he's a. Well, I haven't watched him very often, but what I have seen him in, he is a terrible actor of what I've seen him in. So I don't understand the allure. What?
I liked him in Burn Notice.
I never saw Burn Notice.
I think that the way that he acted in the Evil Dead was kind of like purposely acting the way that he was in the Evil Dead.
Well, I've seen The Evil Dead, and I've seen Army of Darkness, and I've seen the episode of The Librarians that he is in, and none of those are good performances, let me tell you. So I'm not a Bruce Campbell fan, and I don't get it.
But he likes William Shatner.
It's like, well, it's like the Firefly. I don't understand. I don't like westerns, so a western in space doesn't excite me either. But all the Firefly fans, apparently, they are jonesing so hard to get this show back on the air. And my only thought is, if you fucking watched it while it was on, you wouldn't have this fucking problem.
Somebody was saying that that it's coming back.
Every April Fool's, somebody posts, "Oh, there's a reunion. They're going to have a 6-episode run or a full season or something." It's just every fucking year, and I always come across at least one person that posts it, and I'm like, and I post the same thing every time on that thread. If you'd have watched it while it was on, it'd still be on, dumbass.
Right. Okay. So that means that April's Fool's Day sucks.
It does.
All the things, I never liked that.
I not only do I not trust people most of the time, but I hate that day specifically because people go out of their way to be dicks about stuff.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, I lied, ha ha ha," and it's like usually when somebody lies, it's like, I don't know. I used to like it when I was a kid, and you would do it exactly that. "Ha, I lied. Hey, there's a spider in your shoulder. Ha, April Fools." But yeah, I don't like it.
I've got a serious case of gonorrhea. We slept together last night, and they're like, "Oh," and they're like, "Hi, April Fools," and then you get punched in the
I never used that when I was a kid.
See, with the people that I know, it's less the, verbal jokes or the lying, whatever, as just extremely elaborate physical pranks.
I have once participated in extremely elaborate physical pranks, and that only stopped when my attempt to find out whether or not we could rent the billboard over the parking lot of this business turned out to be counterproductively expensive.
The problem with the pranks is I always feel like, I like to prank. I would like to prank people, and the ideas that I have are gonna get someone killed, which would be kind of hilarious. But at the same time, I'm thinking lawsuits, so don't do that.
Well, and billboard lengths. That's how far the pranking had escalated to. So, yeah. But I don't like April 1st. If I could, you know what? Next year I should just call in sick because I don't like dealing with it. I can handle the odd fake poster somebody posts on the internet that, "Oh, look, Superman is going to be in the new Captain America movie." No, it's not. All right, I understand what you're attempting to do because it's April 1st.
I don't think they're going to have an April 1st next year. Nah, I got you. Cause never mind. I just see that's exactly that was it.
See, April Fool's Day loses a lot of its, draw because everyone knows that everything you see that day is going to be BS.
Guess who just became level 52?
Ooh.
It's me. Yeah. Yay.
So, Kevin, did you go back and get our ally codes, or do you need those ally codes for now?
I thought you edited them. I thought you edited them out of that video.
No. Anyone can ask me to be their ally. I got no problem with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'll go back and watch through that video again.
Yeah. And then I mean,
Or you guys can give them to him now, so he doesn't have to watch them.
Hey, or we can just give them to you now again, and you can write them down.
Okay, let me
And if you
find.
don't want to invite us, dude, that's totally cool. But if you want to, that's cool too.
Well, our viewership is so high that I have a hard time believing anyone's going to ally code us. So
Our viewer can also add us if they're also playing this game.
well, they keep popping in and out, so I'm wondering if they have connectivity issues too, or if they're doing something else.
Or they think it'll get better when they come back.
Or they think that it'll get better when they come back. Oh, that's a burn! Wait,
Yeah,
burn on me.
but they keep coming back.
They do. They do keep coming back. So, ha! Shut your mouth over there. I bet he's digging deep in his porn stash to find something to write on, and then something to write with, which hopefully isn't gooey.
What?
I win.
Bam. Okay.
Okay.
Who goes first? John. Bob, you want to go first?
No, I'm currently buying up everything for sale in the shipment area. I will be done in just a second here.
I just finished that. So my ally code, Kevin, is 199-351-644. And I should go ahead and remove ally so that I can actually add you.
All right, so that was 199-351-644.
Yep.
Bingo. I win.
No.
Okay. My ally code. 811-832-937.
Okay, so that's 811-832-937.
Yes, it is. And here's your receipt.
Sorry, my fault. I work in the call center, okay?
You're cool, man. Hey, sounds good. That was great.
Okay,
Go ahead.
sometimes I still answer my phone with something like, see, I've worked on like 8 or 9 different programs over the years, so I occasionally will accidentally answer my phone with something like, "Thank you for calling Nintendo Consumer Services. My name is Kevin. How may I assist you today?"
Yeah, we found that was a big thing on. You were very specific on how you had to answer the phones in the military, so you'd go back and everybody did it. You'd call one of your friends up and you'd say, "How may I help you?" You would hear, "How may I help you, sir or ma'am," or whatever it is that we had to say. My back is hurting. Yeah.
Oh,
Very incredible.
I just realized that I had requested a whole bunch of allies, and they were hogging up all my ally space. Now I have removed them, and I have 8 allies.
Wow.
My space, but I was wrong.
Some of the allies that I had. The fuck? There's an echo now.
Well, I'm sure all. Wait, hold on, Bob. I'm sure all of the allies you have fuck, but.
Well, here's the thing: is that yeah, we have an echo now again.
Oh.
Where did that come from?
Your ass.
An echo from my ass is a terrible thing. So, yeah, some of the ones I had, I'm level 51, and there was some like level 48 and 49s. Yours makes sense. You're level 7. With like some of these lower ones.
Well, what I noticed is that some people, a lot of the people do the same thing. They join the game thinking, "Oh my God, I'm going to play this forever," and then about 90% of them start, giving up after level 15 because they can't get past it, and then they play a little bit longer, or some of them play a little bit longer, and some of them drop off at level 40, and they just keep going from there. And now the echo should be gone.
Yeah, it is.
God damn it. We made it through, we made it through almost, an hour and a half of the show before it happened.
But how did that happen? Just like an all of a sudden thing.
I don't know. I blame the internet.
Stupid internet.
I also blame Donald Trump.
Yes. He's responsible for it.
He is.
Because he's probably our one viewer.
No.
No, probably not.
No, because all we would have on the question and answer thing would be, you're all fired. You're fired. You all work for me and you're fired now. Who are you and why would you say we're fired? This is my fucking show. What's our fucking show? But
Well, at least up until he, buys you out and then replaces you.
hey, if he wants to buy me out, I will take that money. Now that you can't hear us, hon, do you want me to call you? Or are you okay with not hearing?
There's nobody that I hate enough that I will not accept their money.
Exactly. And it's got to be a lot of money. So I wouldn't, sell the show for, $30. I wouldn't do that. I would sell the show for $750 million. I would totally do that.
Right. Although we could just, if we did sell the show for any amount of money, we could then
start a new one.
Start a new one with a name that's very similar to this one. The contents would be exactly the same.
We could call it The Much Better Show.
Much better than The Greatest Show.
Yeah, the much better. Well, yeah, there might be a whole issue with using the word greatest then, but yeah, The Much Better Show, or the Far Superior Show, or the Bob and DJ Show.
Yeah.
Because
and the
then,
other guy.
Bob DJ and the occasional guest, sometimes Kevin. Yeah. I'm going to invite Tricia here in a second. She's going to plug in her cat ear headphones and join us.
But how will this, just to listen?
If you want to just listen, or you can talk. I mean, you can't hear what everybody's saying now, so that's...
Right.
Which is kind of sad, because we say some really neat shit.
It's really sad, Bob says, because we say really neat shit. So, yeah, you can either join us, or you can just watch the live feed and be another viewer.
I'm going to be way behind.
Okay, that's true. All right, so I'll invite you. I'll invite you. Yeah! Invite my wife.
That's my favorite song you were just singing there.
Okay, so I can't... Did I tell you about my alternative lyrics?
No.
So,
What?
it's... The main singers, they say, Mr. Sandman, make her the cutest that I've ever seen.
Sorry, I think my iPad was still ringing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so what I came up with is making the Mr. Sandman part totally not normal. So, it's Mr. Sandman, yes, bring me a dream. Okay, what's your address? And then they start singing over him, and then he's like, no, I understand what you want, but I need you to give me your address so I can bring... Dude, you're just drowning me out. Are you guys even listening anymore? That's the Mr. Sandman part.
Wow.
Look at those cute-ass earphones, right? Look at that. Yeah.
If I remember how to light them up.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Boom.
Wow.
I'm surprised they still have a charge.
Nice. Colder out here. I just put on my werewolf garb here.
Well, it's 61 degrees here, so I don't have that problem.
You know what, Bob? If you grew some more hair instantly, probably help.
Yeah, good call.
Warmer already.
Well, with you grunting like that, I would be worried you'd shit yourself. Hey, where did Kevin go?
I'm
He's
still
there.
here.
He's in the dark.
Are you masturbating, Kevin?
My hands are right here.
You've got the glowing eyes. I'm going to go to you because that's a freaky look. Oh, that's your reflection on your glasses. I understand.
Wait, me or him?
Him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why did you shut your lights off? Why did Kevin shut
Are
your lights
we doing a seance?
No, I was getting a light headache, so.
off? Oh, gotcha.
I just want to say that these guys caused them.
We do not.
Okay, DJ more so.
Whatever.
Although, see that? However, if you do die from the headache, we can do a seance then, and you can still be part of the show.
Right?
Did you drink all of them?
Do you want some before I drink it all?
No.
Good answer.
I worked 2 days for that. We go to a place once a month to knit hats for Bernie Sanders, and when we went to the bar thing this past week, they were serving that pineapple cider, so we got to buy it there too.
Oh. Yeah, I bet you. I'm going to try that. My wife was talking about it too, and you guys were talking about it, and it's like, yeah, we want to try the apple and the pear and all these different flavors and things. And like one package of the yeast is 5 grams of yeast. It's special. It's 4. And you only use, that's for a 5-gallon bucket. So you only use 1 gram of yeast for a gallon of stuff.
Wow.
I would like to make it by the 5-gallon bucket. And my wife even suggested it, but here's the problem with that is that
Keeping it covered and sealed and...
you can. The bucket itself is sealed, and then you have like a little thing in there.
Oh,
and,
okay.
But what happens is that, what if you don't like it? Then you've got 5 gallons of stuff that you don't like. So
But
what
you
happens?
invite the friends over.
Yeah.
But don't you make... Don't you... Let's say you make some pumpkin spice cider and you really like it. Wouldn't you then make that pumpkin spice cider in a 5-gallon bucket?
Yes, you totally can do that. It's like, this is really good, and I happen to have right here written down exactly how I made it, so I'm going to make a whole bunch of it. And I'm going to multiply everything times 5.
And that would eliminate the need to worry about whether or not you liked it or not. So then it's just a matter of making a flavor you like.
However, I don't think that I would be able to drink it until it became fall, because I think that's the only time that you're allowed to put anything pumpkin spicy into you.
No.
No, that's only white girls.
You can
When
put white
pumpkin
girls
spice,
in the
everything
fall?
comes out.
Yeah, I can put stuff into white girls in the fall. You know, now that I'm at a pumpkin cider, I need something else to drink.
Pumpkin
Do you?
cider. Wow.
No, I don't really.
Yeah, he said the wrong thing. He meant pineapple.
Pineapple. With a P.
Yeah.
I bought some apple cider the other day. Henry Hotspur's hard pressed cider.
Totally.
It's spiced like with the apple pie spices like you're making. It's really
Right.
good.
I was wanting to try, because we have apple trees out here. We have lots of apple trees. So we were trying to figure out how you could make an apple press to throw your apples in. Because I seen one at one of the little fair things where it's like, it's really kind of neat. It was a big wooden thing with a crank on the side, and you just throw the apples in and you start cranking it, and it just like squishes them all, and then you have all this juice that comes out.
Yeah, I've never seen apples pressed before.
It's really kind of neat. It was a big wooden thing with a crown.
Whoops. Clicked the wrong thing there.
Is that what I sound like in real life?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So I wanted to see
You don't
what.
really hear.
Yeah, I wanted to see how many hits we had. So I clicked on it, and it totally brought me to the video. I was like, I didn't want to watch the video. I want to know how many hits I have.
I took a bunch of hits when I was in high school.
To the face or the balls?
I thought we were talking about acid.
Oh, no.
I mean, the balls.
Wait. Wait, are you saying that someone poured acid on your balls?
And Kevin's back.
Drugs are bad. Viewers, listeners, drugs are bad. Don't do drugs.
Whatever. They're illegal here, Bob.
Yeah. I saw a commercial today that I thought was pretty cool. It was Ace, the hardware store.
It's the place for your help for hardware man.
Yeah, well, they changed that. They're not allowed to say that anymore because it's sexist.
Oh, God.
It's your helpful hardware person. Yeah,
Oh, boy.
fuck.
Well,
Well,
I am the one that fixed our toilet the other day, not DJ, so that makes sense.
They said that, like, instead of buying paint, you can buy, like, little samples of these paints that you can paint your thing with. And it said, in the jingle, it said how, something about getting a taste of the paint before you buy it or something like that. And then, like, while they're singing, they say, that's just a metaphor, don't eat paint. And it was, like, really cool.
Just like an aside here, eating meat is murder. Flame-broiled, delicious murder.
So, I volunteered at
What's that?
I volunteered at the Portland Women's Expo today.
Hmm?
And at one point, they came up to the, I don't know, like the check-in desk that I was at. There was maybe 6 or 7 of us up in the area. And it was a box with an easel in it that they needed set up to put a sign on. And the question came out, is anyone here mechanically inclined? I said, well, I used to build engines for cars. They're like, okay, you, put our easel together.
Wow.
I guess I was the manliest person there. Yeah, so that's my story of the Women's Expo setting us back a ways.
All the way.
Yeah.
I am checking to see if Ace Don't Eat Paint comes up on anything. Oh, it's totally on there.
Wow.
Okay, it's only 23 seconds here.
I know for sure that I'm gonna like.
So I'm playing this commercial on here, so you can hear that part that I'm talking about.
She could try a little bit of it on her wall.
Can you hear it?
This is the price for it. Before you buy the whole meal, that's a metaphor. Don't eat meat.
Thank you.
Wow.
I love that it's part of the song.
What's that?
I love that it's part of the song.
I know, right? Isn't that great? Which is awesome. I'm surprised that's on YouTube already. Apparently, I'm not the only one who thought it was cool.
I'm not sure if it's just an Oregon thing or if they're like a national company. Have any of you ever heard of a company called Stanley Steamer?
Yeah.
Yes. And it is a national thing.
Okay, do you remember their old jingle? Because they changed it in the last couple of years.
The only thing I can remember is something Stanley Steamer. They make your floors cleaner or something like that.
Yeah, that's the new one. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner or something like that. The old jingle was Stanley Steamer gets carpet cleaner. Apparently that caused some issues and they had to change it.
See, because people are wine asses, that's why. If you're a wine ass, stop listening to the show. You're jerks. Yeah. Look at the Star Trek. To boldly go where no one has gone before. You know what pisses me off about that is the fact that it's based in the future, and they changed it from where no man has gone before to where no one has gone before. And this is a show that's based in the future.
But see, I took that to mean that they were including the alien species at that point.
That would make sense.
Because before it was just Spock. He was the only alien we knew about on a regular basis. And
And
then,
to say where no man and Spock has gone before just doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
right. So now it's no one because it's we're in. Now on the Enterprise, we've got a Klingon, we've got a Betazoid, whatever. We got an android. We've got a guy who hits on every woman on every episode ever, and then we've got Captain Picard, who you can see yourself in the top of his head because he's bald.
Yeah, see, the closest thing to Star Trek I've ever watched, I think, was Starship Icarus, which is a mini series done by Cracked.com.
You haven't seen Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan?
Only references to it in other stuff.
I'm sorry, I'm going to need to disconnect you now.
Not just from the show. He's going to disconnect you. That's cool.
I've seen all of this Star Wars stuff.
Listen, do you have Netflix?
Yes.
You go to Netflix right now, and you load that up on your queue because it's there, and you fucking watch that movie, and you better have seen it by the time we podcast next week.
Okay.
We'll wait, man. Go ahead. We'll get back to you after it's over. We'll tell us what you think.
I will make sure to watch that at some point this week.
You better, because that is largely considered the Star Trek by which all other Star Trek viewing is judged.
I found at Sam's Club at one point, it was it was every 2 movies, $10 a piece. It was like 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and it was all the movies for like $10 for every 2. So I bought them all.
The Star Trek.
Star Trek, yes.
Okay, I like the motion picture, but that's because I like Star Trek as a whole, generally. So I like the motion picture, and I understand that it's basically a stand-alone story because it didn't do real well. 2, 3, and 4 are a trilogy. 5 should only be watched if you're drinking. 6 is great, and then it's kind of hit or miss with the Next Generation movies. So, like, Generations was okay. First Contact was great. Insurrection was really good, but not great. And Nemesis was also really good, but not great.
So, just so you know, you are still echoing.
I am echoing because 2 of us are on in the same house, and the other audio is coming in from that end. And
It's not bothersome or anything. I mean, it's cool.
What?
Did that make a difference?
Yeah.
Okay, I unplugged my microphone.
And now you, yeah. I mean, okay.
It's okay, I know this is how guys want the girl to be. No microphone.
You actually you sound just muffled now. Like before you were clear, and now you're just muffled.
Yeah, I mean, we can
don't
still
know.
hear you.
I don't know if these have a microphone built in or if I have to use this. I have no idea.
Gotcha.
Well, I know that you are coming through from some device where you are, and not
Yes.
just through DJ's headset.
Yeah.
Because he's just that far away.
Hi, everybody. Hey,
Hold on a second. Let me pull that video up.
let me click on Tricia here so she can show me again, and I'll just wave.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
Wow. Okay, so what you two need to do, because this will be cool, is that Tricia needs to have hers pointed at you, and you need to have yours pointed at her, and then it'll be like. So instead of
So hi.
That is so cool.
So and now with these two videos, you can stitch together our entire kitchen, dining room, living room, because it's all one big room.
Yeah, you see half our house from here.
You know what's really bothersome is I'm seeing a ceiling fan on, and it is so cold here.
Bob, I am sweating 6 kinds of bad here. I'm hot. I'm hot, and that thing actually needs to be. I know what? I'm gonna take my fucking socks off because I'm fucking hot.
I don't have socks on, but I am wearing Angry Birds.
Yes,
So
I made you go get your Angry Birds so that you could be more comfortable.
they're on my feet. That's where I keep my Angry Birds.
I muted myself.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Quiet women. Boom!
Yeah, I'm just going to distance myself from that comment.
That's okay. I wonder who our viewer is, because our viewer hasn't posted anything in the question and answer.
They're enjoying the awesome show, or
They
they
are.
fell asleep after logging on.
Which, by the way, is nearing the 2nd hour. What I'm noticing is with Kevin, we apparently added another hour every week.
Yeah, because there's more of us. So,
Right? Oh, you guy, you.
Okay, so Star Trek. Did you like the new ones?
I loved the one in 2009. I'm not a huge fan of Into Darkness, but because it's a continuation of the first one, I like it because of that. So if I'm ranking the Star Trek movies, my top 2 are the Star Trek from 2009, and then Star Trek Wrath of Khan, and then Undiscovered Country, which is number 6. Those are my top 3.
They did a really good job. They did a really good job. And Skyler, how's his name? Motherfucker from Heroes.
Oh yeah, the Siler.
Zachary Quinto. Zachary Quinto.
No, it's Siler. Yeah, he can do things with his mind.
No.
See, I actually did see the 2009 Star Trek movie.
Okay.
Anyway,
That's a
did a
reboot.
great job.
But you have to watch Star Trek 2,
Okay.
The Wrath of Khan. And if you want all of the background information, which is not required, but if you want the background information, you can watch the terrible original series episode, Space Seed. And that is the first time you will meet Khan. Thankfully, that episode's only an hour long, so I mean, you wouldn't suffer very long through it, but it's also available on Netflix.
Yeah, I think I will do the background research for that episode by just like reading the plot synopsis on the wiki.
Yeah, because the acting was really rough to sit through. But if you like Star Trek, then you watch the original series because it's the beginning.
So these electric candles don't throw off much heat.
Wait, Bob, is it on?
Is it on, Bob?
What's that?
Is it on?
Yeah.
It's a tiny little LED, Bob. It's not going to put out any heat.
Yeah, but it looks like it's warmer, doesn't it? Because I'm kind of blurry. Does it?
Oh my God.
Yeah. It doesn't help though, but it looks like I'm staying warm.
Yes.
I got a few of those.
So, not that we're going to end the show now, but I wanted to run by some of the ideas I had for our next show anchor topic. Something I came up with during the show was a show all about food. So not only would our chef, resident chef wearing the cat ear headphones, make something, but we would also converse primarily about food. The other thing, and more broad topic. Yeah, I love to eat, and it shows.
Like daily.
Kevin, do you like to eat? Okay,
Is he frozen again?
No, he's not. He's doing his Jedi thing there.
Nah, I've had the window open for the last hour, and it's started to get cold out finally. So now I decided to put my cloak on.
You have a cloak?
Of course I have a cloak.
My cloak's right over there.
I don't have a cloak. I could go get a sheet and make it look like a cloak, though.
Yeah, I got the chain that goes across here and everything.
God damn it. Anyway, the second topic, also being fairly broad, would be books. So books we like, we could talk about, and then convince each other to read them or listen to them, as books can now be read to you. So,
yeah. Then,
of course, I also had written down superheroes. Just being broad, we could do the cinematic universes, comic books, TV shows. There's so many options with superheroes.
Oh, just the broad superheroes. So Wonder Woman, Hawk Girl. Why don't we just go with the broads?
Catwoman.
Catwoman. Yeah. No. It's a wide topic. Not broad topic.
Okay.
So then the first thing I came up with, I'm hoping will snag you because I would love to do this. It's 2 truths and a lie. So we all come up with 3 elaborate stories about 2 things would be true and 1 thing would be a lie. And you wouldn't necessarily do them in that order. So we would alternate too. So like I'd tell my first story, and Bob would tell his first story, and Kevin would tell his first story, and Tricia would tell her first story. And then we would all go through our second stories, and I'll go through our third stories. And maybe my first story was my lie, and you all have to figure out if that was the lie. And maybe Kevin's was the last one, and Bob's was the middle one, and Tricia's was the first one. So I mean, so 2 truths and a lie. Does that sound interesting?
I do that now. Actually, 1/3 of everything I say isn't true. Okay, that was a lie. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. There we go.
It was an idea. So I mean,
that sounds good. I like that.
Throw those out there. So I mean, I don't know if we can do a 3-hour show about 2 truths and a lie. So maybe we would want to backup topic.
Anchor topic.
Well, yeah, stacking anchor topic. There you go, stacking anchor. So maybe we could talk about superheroes and 2 truths and a lie. Oh God.
Don't die.
Now
we'll have to finish the show without you.
Yeah, the 2 truths and a lie came from 2 places. The first one was I joined a comic book podcast forum, and that was one of the threads, and I posted my 2 truths and a lie, and all of my responses were, oh my God, I hope that second one is true because that is so awesome. And the second one was that I had been developing my own superhero shared universe for over a decade, which is true. Yes, it's true. So, I mean, there was that. And then the other thing is I worked with a guy at a place that was, it's hard to explain what we did there, but basically we paid bills. And this guy tells another, there's 2 guys. The first is Chris, and second there's Merle. So Chris tells Merle at some point that he played for the San Antonio Spurs during their championship runs, and the reason he was in North Dakota is that he injured his knee that he basically had to go out and get a regular job. Now, Merle had asked several of us if that was possibly true, and I went immediately to Chris and I said, you fucked up. And Chris is like, what do you mean? I'm like, you need to say something, but you need enough detail to make it sound plausible, but you can't go with something that people can research heavily. And he's like, well, what do you mean? So I went on this elaborate story about how I was a Saskatchewan Rough Rider in the CFL for 3 years. I played in the championship game, but I got injured, and that was the championship game I played in was the last one. And I was a linebacker, and I wore number 44, and I explained all these games that I played and all this stuff that I did. And the reason I couldn't play anymore was because that injury basically ended my career. And Chris looked at me for a second like, did you just make that up? And I'm like, yeah, but you know what? If you want to say that you were in the NBA, say you were with the Clippers. Do you know who's on the Clippers? He's like, nobody knows who's on the Clippers. I'm like, exactly. You could be a fucking Clipper. People know who wins the Super Bowl. People know who wins the NBA championship. Nobody knows who a fucking Clipper is.
I didn't know it was a team.
Nobody in America knows the fucking CFL. So, I mean, here we go. I mean, I did it right in front of them. So we all started coming up with plausibly, but obviously fake stories, and it was. But the funny thing was, everybody knew I was in the Navy there, and I used my 3 years in the Navy as when I was in the CFL. And nobody caught that. Nobody. Bob, you're dark.
Does my screen keep going black?
It does.
I wonder why it's doing that.
It looks like
Oh
you shut the
man,
light
I
off
hope my
now.
computer's not screwing up. I see me very barely.
Well, but it's a second ago it looked like you had just shut your light off, and now you're on.
No, I haven't touched the lights. I've actually watched me going. See, it just went black again.
Yeah.
Stop that.
Well, the only thing I can think of, Bob, is once you go black, you never go back. So please come back.
Huh.
That's
weird. Is that doing that on yours too? Oh, there. That was just a coincidence then. It looked like every time. Yeah. I don't know why it's doing that.
Maybe you need more light. I don't know. Because when you had light all over the place, that didn't happen. It would happen when you would try to share your screen, but I mean, it's like now that you're not wearing a hood, it looks just fine.
Well, I wonder if it has something to do with the hood.
Facial recognition. Or
Tricia. Yeah, so now you're hooded up, but you moved your hands down and you disappear. Bob, it's how much fucking light it's giving off. So maybe your camera goes into saver mode or something. I don't know.
Now, there was I don't remember if you were there. You might have been, but I was in the military and I was hiding in the. Somebody made the comment that, wow, Bob just fucking went invisible. Because I was wearing all black, and I was standing, like, in a dark area, and I just kind of, like, put my head down and just did a thing, and then, like, nobody saw me. And I'm standing, like, right there, and nobody saw me. So this one dude who's even actually, like, looking for me, he looks like he's looking into the darkness, and his face is about that far from mine, and he's doing one of these things like this, and I'm sitting here, like, holding my breath and trying not to make a sound, and he's literally, like, a foot away from my face, like, looking around in this dark spot like this, and he doesn't see me. And he turns around and walks away, like, I don't know where he's at. And it was like...
I don't think I was there for that. It's totally, yeah, when you get as dark as possible, I think your camera just goes, he's not there anymore.
Well, he has an Android, right?
He has an Android phone, but I think you're on your computer, aren't you, Bob?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
The only disappearing in boot camp, it was pitch black out. It was like cloud cover in Chicago, and we were standing. A bunch of us were standing outside, and then all of a sudden, this black guy. He had the darkest skin I have ever seen. Literally in the middle of us, he opens his eyes. I'm like, oh my god! He had totally walked out, and I'm like, his last name was Odom, and I'm like, Odom! Scared the shit out of me. He's like, sorry. The only things you could see of him that were bright enough to see were his eye, the whites of his eyes and his teeth. So I mean, he was pitch black. He was funny.
Like this.
Yeah, yes, like that.
That's pretty cool, though. That's the kind of a cool feature that's like not really a feature at all.
No, it's more like a bug.
I'm a bug.
Yes. You know, someday we're going to get Kevin talking most of the time, and I'm going to take a nap, and Bob's going to be quiet, and Kevin will run the show. You know what? Episode 76. Kevin runs the show.
Yeah, that'll probably be like 2 hours of awkward silence punctuated by just movie quotes.
Sweet.
You just described my life.
I think at work last week we actually had a day where the entire day my entire team communicated solely through Monty Python quotes.
I'm not sure if there's enough Monty Python quotes to communicate solely.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Well, we have all seen like the entire actual Flying Circus series, so
Okay.
there's a lot of material to mine.
Well, there is a lot of like the one of my favorites is my favorite is the parrot sketch, but one of my other favorites is the race for the people who have no sense of direction. So the guy fires the gun off. They're all lined up. They fires the gun off to launch the race, and everybody takes off in a different direction.
Well, yeah, someone's shooting. Take cover.
No, it's because nobody has a sense of direction. So everybody's lined up, ready to go, and then bang!
I came up with a new superhero yesterday.
Did you?
We were playing Amp Guard, and my boy was, we said, grab your stuff, get out here. And he's walked out to the field so slow. And here's the superhero I came up with, Maple Man.
He's
because
tasty,
the colder it gets, the slower he moves.
Maple Man. Well, you could do molasses then in that case.
Maple Man.
Yeah, Maple Man. He takes a licking because he's tasty.
Wow. Yeah.
Awkward. Awkward on the battlefield, but very tasty.
Oh, God. Okay, so I have a story that I was writing down ideas for.
Oh, boy.
And I think I was telling you about this at a different time, where this dude, he goes to sleep. Every time he wakes up in like a different reality.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I figured out the why, like how this happens. All right. So, like I was saying, one of the worlds is our world. One of them is like the dead start walking like a walking, a zombie type thing. You got another one where people are developing superpowers. You got another one, so it's like another one is Old West. So you have these different worlds, and every time he goes to sleep, he wakes up in a different one of these worlds, and I roll for it. I got them listed on a paper. You roll for it. Well, I scratch all that because I figured out the why this happens. Because one of the worlds is a superhero world. That's his superpower. So because that's his superpower in that one world, now he can go to all these different realities. That's his superpower.
So then this goes back to the question that I asked you that I hope you have an answer for now.
Yes.
if said character wakes up in Old West world more than once, has actual amount of time passed, or has he just woken up from like an 8-hour nap?
It's the like, let's say you're in a world, you go to sleep for your 8 hours. All right. The next time you come to that world is when you wake up the next time in that world. So if you get, let's say, knocked out 5 minutes, that you're unconscious, you're only actually out for that 5 minutes. However, in that 5 minutes, you might have woken up in like 4 other times, other worlds type things.
Okay.
But when you come back to here, so it could literally be, if you're in kind of a screwed up situation, let's say you're stuck somewhere, whatever the case, you could be like, well, I find that the best way to deal with this is to just take a nap and the answers will come to me. You take a nap and now you're in a different world where you can research whatever and then come back and you know how to do something because you've just actually spent the last 6 days hopping around from world to world researching the possibilities. But
yeah, I like that.
So I also have it then, not just the fact that he wakes up in each different world, but the beginning of the story, as I'm rewriting it now, is, like, I don't remember exactly how it was, but something along the lines of, I was born in a hospital in northern Indiana, and in a taxi on the way to the hospital in New York City, and and he was born in a whole bunch of different places, so. Because each one of these lives is his life, and of course he doesn't remember a lot of them. And if you do die, you still wake up. You just don't go to that one anymore. That if you die in a world, that world is now just done. You can't go there. So as long as you don't die in a particular world, right? So
that's yeah.
He's definitely the type of character, though, that you couldn't put into another story. Or you could. I mean, you could literally put him in any story anywhere because he's capable of going into that world. However, you wouldn't know what's going on with him. If you were following him, he's going to this world, this world, this world, this world. If you're following a different story, he goes to sleep, and then he wakes up. Well, from his story, that might have been 20 different worlds ago.
Yeah. I'm currently in the. I want to finish this. I am currently in the middle of a story which I started, and I said I'm going to finish it before I write anything else. So once I finish it, I am going to start writing and producing a comic book. Now it'll probably be a digital edition, but I'm going to write my own comic book, and I'm going to start with my primary, quote-unquote, morally ambiguous superheroes. But they're not really superheroes. They're just superpowered beings. And there's a zombie, a ninja, a vampire, a werewolf, a pirate, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, so, and I've come up with a list of scary yet interesting things that people all want to see together. So, like, everybody's into zombies and werewolves and vampires, so they're all three on a team. But yeah, and I've also come up with things like scary clowns. I've got mummies, other things. I'd have to find the list to tell you all of them, but there's a lot of... basically, there's no shortage of... Let's say I decide to kill the werewolf, for instance. I can plug something else right in there because it's ready to go. So
put me in there. Put me in there. Yeah, me.
You would be...
Give me psychic powers and throw me in that story. Yeah, it'll work.
How do you know it will work, Bob?
How do you know it will work, Bob?
Because you gave me psychic powers.
You're so goofy.
Yeah, that would make that would be why people would want to read your book. You're like, wait, does this have Bob in it? Yeah, it does. Okay, then I'll keep reading.
Oh shoot! I got to show you something, Bob. I saved something for you, and I'm going to send it to you. But hang on, I'm going to go get it.
What? Me?
Yeah.
What has though? Bye. Or I'm changing the camera to someone else then.
I can turn my microphone on for now. So I've been
Tricia,
working...
Are you playing the Star Wars game also?
No, I'm playing Fallout Shelter and Neko Itsumi, Cat Collector.
Oh. And I don't remember when it said that the oh look, DJ's back.
I am.
When Pokemon Go comes out, but I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm only 7 days away from getting my my hacker badge for hacking 360 days in a row on Ingram. You have to hack every day for an entire year to get it.
A little hard to understand you because the whole echoing.
It's she's how many days away? 3?
7.
7. She's 7 days away from her hack every day for 360 straight days.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. Now that I'm back, I'll make me primary so that everybody can see this. But a while back, Tricia had worked for one of the comic things, and I had acquired a long box full of comics. And in that long box, while I am not necessarily interested in it, I found something that Bob will be interested in. Now, unfortunately, it's not. I'll explain when I show it to you. Are you ready, Bob?
Yes.
Because I'm totally going to send this to you.
What is it? Axe Cop.
Now, unfortunately, if you can see the thing up on top, it's issue 3 of 3. So I don't have 1 and 2, but it's bagged and boarded, and I am totally going to send it to you. And I may even go to a local comic shop and buy the other 2 issues so I can send you the whole set because I know you love Axe Cop.
Axe Cop's pretty cool. I do have the first set, and I have some, perhaps, of the second set. So I will look that up and see exactly what I have.
Okay, this is this just says Dark Horse Axe Cop, and I mean I haven't opened it, so I don't know the story.
And Dark Horse is local for you, right?
Yes, it is.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. Now, as far as comics go, Portland is the second largest comic book centric city in the United States. So it's New York, then Portland. So creators live here. Brian Michael Bendis lives here. I really want to meet him.
Brian Michael Bendis?
Yes, he is the one that created Miles Morales Spider-Man, and we got a bag here, if you can see. Yeah, it's a bag.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's also the current writer of all new X-Men. He had a really lengthy run on Avengers, and basically he's the reason that the Ultimate Comics universe existed in the first place, because like 4 or 5 people were asked if they wanted to create the Ultimate Comics universe, or the Ultimate Marvel universe, and they did, and they remained a part of it until it stopped, which was recently with the whole Secret Wars thing.
Yeah. So
Brian Michael Bendis, yeah, he created the Miles Morales version of Spider-Man, and I love that. That's the sole comic that I collect right now is the Miles Morales Spider-Man title.
Oh.
Yes, because I am so done with Peter Parker.
Let me grab this bag right here, and I will show you the comics that
Okay.
See, I'm not currently collecting any comics. I was collecting the Harley Quinn, though.
I want to do a DC title so bad, but DC is just so bad right now. I can't. They got rid of the two. They ruined the two New 52 things that I was interested in, and they refused to make a fucking Shazam comic. I will pay for that.
They ruined that. They would probably make it happen.
Well, people have been begging for it, and it never comes. So people want. I was reading Batwing, and then because it was in Africa, and it was interesting. So they got rid of that because Batwing then became an American character, and they just left him in America. And I was like, I'm done with it. And then my other one was New Guardians, Green Lantern New Guardians. And I was reading the hell out of that one until they started going in a weird fucking direction with it. And now that one's over anyway, so it's gone. But what? I don't understand. Oh, Tricia's got something.
Yeah, see, with I really liked the Harley Quinn ones because Harley has always been like the only Batman character that I found interesting whatsoever. I mean, the Joker had some interesting parts, but Harley was always a much more fleshed out character for me.
Are you aware that Harley Quinn was not invented until the animated series?
Yes, I am.
What did you? Oh.
But again, the animated series has been around since I was little. So.
Yes. Well, I just wanted you to know that that's the reason she exists.
Right, but I mean, like.
I'll go ahead and we're gonna watch Trish.
I can wait until you're done.
No, Kevin can talk and we can watch what you're doing.
I think she wants to say what's going on here too, though. Hellboy.
No, itty bitty Hellboy.
Oh, I didn't even see that. It is itty bitty.
Yeah, it's she likes the artists that do all the cutesy stuff like Scotty Young and that guy. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Wow, and Pokey.
Yes. Now every time I go pay for my subscription at the comic book store because I wanted to have a subscription.
If I'm a good girl.
If she's a good girl, she gets a grumpy cat. Yeah.
I'll only say a good one.
Well, no, wait, is that the hardcover?
This is the hardcover.
Because I bought her here's I bought her a hardcover grumpy cat. It collects like the first 4 or 6 issues, something like that. 4 issues.
Does it tell me?
It should somewhere. Anyway, it's hard. It's a hardcover. I totally bought it for her.
Because I think
that was our first serious dental day where both of us were in miserable.
I had the wisdom tooth pulled.
Yeah, she did. It was awesome.
That definitely deserves a comic book.
Yeah, it does. Now, Marvel keeps toying with things that make me want to collect a second title, but like I wanted to collect all new, all different Avengers because I was very interested in it. However, I am not a Kamala Khan fan because I don't like her power set. It's got nothing to do with the characterization. I just don't like her power set. And I am an individual who follows characters, not creators. So I could be a huge Todd McFarlane fan of his art, but I'm not just going to go follow him whatever he's drawing. I'm following the Hulk, or I'm following Spider-Man. I'm following Miles Morales specifically right now. Okay, he is my go-to character. And until someone fucks up the art so bad I can't stand looking at it, that's the character. That's the one I'm going with.
Here's one of my titles that I have now.
Wow.
It's the Detective Comics.
They're going to go back to the original numbering. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Because they're getting close to 1,000, which means they want to.
Wow.
They want to get back that in Action Comics.
Okay. Yeah. Right now they're currently in like the 50s because this was one that I've got like all of up to this point from the original all the way there. The other one that I'm doing now is the Teen Titans one.
And is it good?
Well, this is number 18, and I think I've read one of them so far. I just haven't had a chance to look at it to make up my mind whether or not I liked it or not. So I'm just keep getting it until I do that. And then the other one that I got this particular time, normally it goes for, it's got a $17.95 price tag on it, so almost $18, and it is the comic of the month or something. So it's the trade paperback of Atomic Robo.
Oh, okay.
But this is actually volume 9, and so I do have a couple other Atomic Robos, so I got to make sure that I'm not missing any.
So that's a trade paperback, basically.
Yes.
Because my thought. Oh, huh?
What does that mean?
That means it. Well, and I was going to go into that. That means that they have collected so many issues of the comic which form a specific arc to put out in a larger format.
Like my Grumpy Cat book.
Yes, that is a, and that's not a trade paperback because it's a hardcover, so it's a trade hardcover.
And here's the story.
Yes, there's a story.
Yep.
Wait, how is there a Grumpy Cat story?
There's a Grumpy Cat comic book. It comes out on a monthly basis, dude. It exists. I know because we keep buying it.
Let me read a couple more and get back to you.
She's going to read a couple more to get back to you. But when I start writing my comic, I was thinking that instead of doing a monthly, I would just do graphic novels in lieu of like a movie. So like I would make a 120-page graphic novel all in one shot, let it out, and then start working on the next one. But then I'm like, no, the reason I like most of the superheroes that I like is because they had monthlies that I was following, so I want to do the monthly thing, and I'm going to do the monthly thing. I'm going to set, I really want to try the 22 pages a month, but I'm also the one that will be doing all the writing and all the art, so because I can't find an artist that will basically do that, so I can just write. So I'll worry about that in the future, but I don't think that I'll be doing monthly, but I will definitely attempt to do it on a regular basis. So I'm going to put out a 22-page comic book at regular intervals. Mm-hmm. If that ends up being bi-monthly or once a quarter, that's how often it comes out. But I will put it out I'll put it up as often as possible. And hopefully, I don't know, maybe a local company sees it and goes, "Hey, that's pretty decent. Oh, he lives in Portland. Well, Dark Horse is looking. Hello."
Now, if nobody's read Axe Cop's pretty cool.
I've read the web comic of it, parts of it.
Yes, they do have a web comic.
Existence.
What?
Huh?
I said I am aware of its existence.
There you go.
Yeah, I found it amusing. My other comics I was supposed to get to today, I started doing some stuff out here today. I wanted to it's a mess in this room. This is just a one big, large room that's got stuff all over it.
Stuff?
Stuff. So my plan was to get some stuff done out here. I managed to take some newspaper and I shredded it for my compost, and that's about it. And I managed to watch a couple episodes of Supernatural, so that's not a whole lot.
Okay.
Because I started getting stuff done, and then my wife called me to let me know she's on the way home, and she kept me on the phone the entire time until she got to the stop sign, like right out here. And she said, "Okay, I'm at the stop sign. Come help bring in groceries." And so then I had to like go do that, and then food was ready, and just just stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Oi. So, excuse me. Right. What was I doing here?
I don't know what you're doing there.
It seemed like something important, but
I'm
So-
mechanical turking.
Did somebody knock on the door?
I think.
I tapped on a link.
I thought it was the lady upstairs.
Oh, maybe it is. I just, because I have to wear headphones so that nobody echoes, it just sounds like somebody knocked on the door. That's okay. It's 10 o'clock at night. Nobody better knock on the fucking door. I mean, come on.
Just axe murderers.
Yeah, axe murderers. Axe
Yeah, but no one is.
Oh. So, did any of my ideas sound like we want to use them as anchor topics or stackable anchor topics?
They all sounded good. I mean, I like the superhero thing. I like the. What was the other one you said?
Both ones sound cool too.
Okay. So, I do. So, do we want? I don't think Two Truths and a Lie will survive as an entire episode. So, do we want to concentrate on superheroes or books, and then instead of doing Mad Libs, which we did none of this episode, by the way, we would do a truth or a lie, depending on what we're doing.
Yeah, we can almost throw in Truth or Lie on like any episode.
We can. But I'm telling you, you should prepare one for next time, maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe, yeah. Well, we definitely want to do top fives of whatever we select. So I'm in charge here, goddammit. We're going to do superheroes because I like them.
I like superheroes.
So top 5 superheroes?
Well, superhero topic in general, but then come up with your top 5 heroes/teams. How about that?
Okay, does it have to be a hero, though? Because most of my favorites are villains.
Top 5 comic book characters
Okay.
who may or may not be heroes. Because technically, Punisher's not a hero. He's an anti-hero,
The hero.
for instance.
You know, something I've been looking for, if you find any copies around there, let me know where they are so that I can, like, order them from there. But I'm really looking for copies of the Wanted comic.
The big book of Wanted? Oh no, that's the Watchers I'm thinking of.
I guarantee that my comic book store that I use because of the ones that I visited, that's the one that I wanted to choose. So they have all kinds of stuff. I'll go in and check when I go buy my comic because my issue 3 comes out of Spider-Man on Wednesday, and so when I go get it, whatever day, I'll check for Wanted to see if they have that there, and then we can go from there.
Okay, cool, because we've only got one comic shop here, and they don't carry anything that's out of print.
A paperback of Volume 1 is on Amazon right now for $13.64.
Jeez. Maybe I'll just, like, download a PDF version.
I mean, you could. And here, you're going to love this. Not only am I collecting a comic book, but I'm doing it in a way that I wish I could have done when I was a youth. So I am buying Spider-Man. I'm paying for a hard copy of Spider-Man. But I'm also downloading a digital copy to read because I do not want to open my hard copy.
And that baffles me.
Because I want it to be in mint condition when I sell the group of 100 that I'm going to collect.
Oh, God.
There are a couple of the ones where they just had like such an amazing alternate art that I would get like a second art of the same book. Some of those alternate arts are very expensive.
Cat does that.
What?
Grumpy Cat.
Grumpy Cat does that?
So like the Flashpoint comic of the Flash, where he goes back in time and all that and creates the New 52. Yes. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I have a second copy of 5 because it has the alternate art.
Oh, wow. Inside it shows all the different covers.
Inside it shows all the different covers that because When we went there, there was like 16 issue #1 covers, and I held them up, and I'm like, you pick the cover you want, because that's, yeah.
Nice.
I'm doing a search on my comic books site to see if they have listings of stuff, but it does not look like they've got that on there. They do have what I'm sure is going to be Tricia's brand new favorite comic on their webpage here, and that is Inspector Pancakes.
Inspector what?
Inspector Pancakes. Look at that.
It's a puppy.
It's a puppy. Now it does say Amazing Kids, Not Kids book has just arrived, but.
Oh, if there's kids in it, I'm out.
Well, no. See, this book tells 2 stories: one for you to read to your little one, and one to read for yourself. So it's for.
So you're gonna read one to me.
I'll
read the other to myself.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
So.
Show the pictures.
Right. So, and Kevin, in case you're wondering, Excalibur Comics is where I go. It's on Hawthorne Boulevard here, and they've got, of all the places we've been in so far, they're the only ones with like rows and rows and rows and rows and rows of long boxes full of back issues. So.
There's one place around here that sells back issues. They got the dollar bin, and they got a bunch of dollar bin back issues. Not talking even the new 52. I mean, like new ones. If they make it to those bins, they're $1. Now the other one that's in Warsaw, though, not so much. They're selling like older ones for the price that's on the damn comic. Like everything in there, they're selling for the price that's on the comic, and it's like, that's why you have so many of these damn things, because nobody wants to buy it for that price.
Okay.
Yeah. That's true shit I'm making up right there.
True shit you're making up. Wait, Kevin, wait. There are 6 issues of Wanted. That's it?
Yeah, it was only a very small series.
Well, I'll tell you what. If they're at Excalibur Comics, I'll just buy them. As long as they're not like uber expensive.
No, they'll be expensive. It's
okay. Well, all right. If they've got them though, I'll totally.
Yeah, just let me know, and because I've got friends.
Hey, whoa! Ah! I'm under attack. My cat.
Soviet Russia attacks are under you. Because you're under attack. Never mind.
The cat is clawing at me. My cat. What?
They do that because they're evil and they're drinking your soul out of your cuts. That's how that works. They cut you and then they drink the soul out.
That's a pretty good toss there, hun. Now I'm gonna play with her magic stick now, right in front of her face, and oh God, she just went under the couch. I'm going to lose a foot. Oh, she took part of the stick with her, too.
Wow.
That's all I got to show you now.
Luckily, she gives you a warning shot first, and she claws you lightly before she goes for the attack.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure she's up underneath the couch now at this point.
That looks terrible.
I'm rubbing the back of the stick to get her to let me know where she's at, basically. And no, see, that doesn't look terrible. This looks terrible.
You're right.
Hey, we got 2 viewers. Hi, 2 viewers. Somebody put something in the question and answer so we can go out with a bang. Come on.
Cool. Right now we're playing with the kitty.
Yeah, we are playing with the kitty because I almost lost a foot.
Join us next week for a superhero show.
Now, another good reason to choose superheroes is because I am part of now the Amino
superhero social app, and I will be promoting that in the hopes that maybe someone will find us based on the Star Wars attempt and the Doctor Who attempt. And what I notice is we get about 15 hits or views on YouTube, and then it stops, unless we have some form of nudity or sexual reference in the title of our show.
Why stop at just the title?
Whoa! Next week on our superhero episode, you'll see Bob get naked.
Yeah, but I'll have a cape on, so...
Well, what's a squirrel on TV? The cat reached up all of a sudden. I'll lose a foot.
You got lost and found?
When I say lose a foot, I don't mean like I'm going to misplace it. I mean it's going to be removed from my leg and eaten by the soul-drinking feline.
You'll have to be a little more specific than that. Not just the soul-eating feline.
Our soul-eating feline? Yeah.
I like cats, but they're fucking nuts.
There's a level of crazy in this one that makes every other cat that you've ever dealt with seem calm.
They all have that little like thing about them. Like dogs, you can see in a dog's mind how it's kind of sitting there and it's just like wants to hang out. You know, like your friend. He doesn't mind sitting there and just hanging out. And cats are like the friend that's doing the drugs.
Well, think of most cats as, hey, we're having a great time, come to the party, let's hang out. Okay, that's that friend. This cat is the friend that shows up at the party that wrecks the place while you're all still actively trying to have a party and then murders somebody.
Right. Yeah, that friend. Never inviting him back again. That's
just because he's in prison.
I might be that friend.
Who?
Yeah, don't be that friend.
Well, what if I want to be that friend, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, our cat makes the Addams family look like Midtown suburbia. Okay, it's like a calm family of 4 station wagon, but it's the Addams family.
Nicodemus. Nicodemus is the name of the coolest freaking cat I've ever seen in my life. That was a big fucking black cat that would just kind of just watch outside and just kind of chill there and let you pet it, and it would let the dog chew on its tail. It didn't give a fuck because we thought it didn't give a fuck, but it was actually on a perma trip because that crazy neighbor that you were talking about that was always having the...
Yeah, gave the poor cat acid. So the cat A was deaf. I mean, and the cat was deaf. I mean, I always used to yell at the cat, and I would basically what I would yell at the cat was, Nicodemus, you're deaf. And everybody thought I was weird for doing that, but I'm just reminding him. And,
you slapped your hands right behind its head. It didn't register anything that was any sound at all. And then every once in a while, the tiniest little sound, and it would go. I mean, it was weird, but yeah, it would. It didn't give a fuck.
My favorite was the 4 of us would climb into my car to go to work because we were all kind of running late, and the cat was sitting right in the way. So I honked, and then I shook my head like he doesn't hear that. Hey, God damn it, cat! Stop clawing at my goddamn feet.
That is weird. That's like learning sign language so your blind friend can understand you.
See, I'm definitely not a cat person. Not really much of a dog person either.
It actually looks like 1/4 of our crew right now is in fact a cat person. It's because of the ears.
Well, I am a cat person.
Yeah.
She is a cat person. She's going to give us the guinea pig.
How about guinea pigs?
Bonsai has now made an appearance, and thankfully that attracted the cat, so now I'm safe.
Not for long.
Do they get along, the cat and the pig?
Well, the cat attempts to taste the pig on a rather regular basis, but pet him with her claws. And what happens is she gets swatted fairly swiftly, and she kind of lays off. But like if she were to bring the pig out and put the pig on the floor, the cat would at least once attempt to pet the pig with her claws, and then oh, we're gonna get it live. Live! Here we go. Hello, piggers. Oh, cat's freaked out now. It's like, what the hell is that? So she'll take a few minutes to figure out what the pig is.
This is cool. This is like Animal Planet.
Well, it's either cooking or our Animal Planet here. So yeah, we've got.
Hello, kitty. Meow.
Piggy.
Hi, Drew Pig. No.
The pig normally likes tubes. Well, we got that for the cat, and the cat was kind of skittish at first, but I think the cat actually uses the tube when we're not around, because she shot through it one day to grab something on the other end of it, rather than go around it.
I totally need a tube, like a Bob-sized tube that, like, just like that one, but Bob-size.
Yeah. Did he go into it?
Yep.
Okay. Pig's inside. Hello, piggy.
Is the cat also inside?
No.
Oh,
Cat's on the outside. Reaching through the top. The hole. The convenient hole at the top. I'm having a hard time seeing there, so...
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to help.
Ooh. Assistance.
Yes.
How about now?
There you go. Hey there, piggy. Piggy. Kitty, I mean. What are you doing? There's the pig in the tube.
Turn around.
Pig in a tube.
Pig in a tube. Hey there, Bonsai.
Hi, Piggy.
Piggy. That's Piggerson Pigglesworth the third. Or Bonsai.
Yeah. And rolling that tube right now would be a dickish move, right?
Yeah. Thus, we will not roll the tube.
Oh, come here. Come on. I want to get you out of there, Piggy. Come here.
We had a beagle, and the beagle is now dead. And so we've talked about getting another animal, but it's having the beagle. I mean, there was fur all over the house on a daily basis. I mean, we swept the hard floor daily, and every day there was still. You could probably weave a cat out of all the hair that came off of that dog.
Yeah, that
Sorry, cat.
tends to happen.
So it's nice not having the fur creatures around, being the only fur creature here.
Because you are a fur creature.
I'm so totally a fur creature.
Well, we are about 5 minutes away from being at the 3-hour mark.
Wow.
And Bob, it should be pretty close to 1:30 for you. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. In the future, I am wondering if there is a point to which you guys would like to go in on something at some point to give away to our live viewers, which I think we discussed at one point, which would then, of course, encourage people to live view us. So basically come up with ideas that we can give away, things we can give away.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Like Bob, for instance.
We were not giving Bob away.
No. Like Bob, for instance, could give away things like, I don't know, a Pokemon or a Spider-Man mask. Except they wouldn't be the things, they would be the things that I am hinting at. and Bob knows what those are. Your the things you showed us when we were before we went on the air.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
You want to show for an example?
Yes, I put them in a box over here. Please hold. Operators are standing by.
You see the one I'm pointing at?
Oh yeah, and Tricia. So wait, hold on, Bob. So
Nice.
there's what we have. We purchased that at a fair thing, Pokemon, and yeah, we purchased that. What do you got, Bob? Show us.
Here's the Pikachu that I made.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that one took a while to make. It turned out pretty good. But I also have a Spider-Man.
Yeah. Ooh, hey, I like the eye shading now that comes through clearly.
Yeah. This one here is a LOL. Just kidding. It's Green Lantern. Da-da-da. This one here I'm kind of proud of.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was cool.
But what if I'm a Decepticon, Bob?
I do not have a Decepticon.
Yet.
I have a Rubik's Cube that I made.
Wow.
That is very elaborate, Bob. Holy shit.
Yes.
Actually, a cube.
Yeah, it's an actual cube, too.
It's totally a cube. Unfortunately, it's not accurate because the white side should have the yellow side directly across from it. It's actually the red side across from it. So it's not accurate, but
Does anyone care or notice that, Bob, that isn't, I don't know, anal retentive? And
I can do the Rubik's Cube in just under 2 minutes. Now, it's the best one I've done.
Is that the Flash?
It is. The yellow and the white isn't coming out that great on the film, on the thing.
Yeah, okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure that was a lightning bolt. Okay.
There's that one. I have the Super Bob.
Super Bob.
Here's more cubes that I have done. I've got dice.
Ah.
Yes, also cubes. So you can
Now, okay, I was going to ask, are they usable, or is the connectivity between the corners tenuous?
Oh yeah, they're. What happens is that I don't know if it could be seen, but they just snap together.
Oh, okay.
Are separate, so you can take it apart. In fact, inside here is a pin where I had it, like a push pin where I had it on my bulletin board. Bam, Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that was Michelangelo. Minion with 2 eyes. Minion with 1 eye. I'm glad I specified before.
Yeah.
Is that a Pokemon turtle?
It's the Pokemon like frog-like one. Bulbasaur.
Okay.
He's the grass starter.
Squirtle.
Squirtle. Here's the
Raphael.
Demon.
Chaos Emerald.
What?
Evil Mushroom.
Goomba.
Whatever. What was that thing? Wait, what was that?
Chest.
Like a treasure?
Treasure chest.
Oh, okay, I see it now. Okay, yeah, I got it. Took me a second.
Squirtle.
Squirtle.
Pika.
Pikachu. I only know the names of 4 of them. Ooh.
Yeah.
I know the name of Pikachu and Squirtle and Charmander and Jigglypuff.
Wow. Get a life. Here's one.
Get a life.
See, I know all of the first generation, most of the second and third generations, and none of the rest.
Awesome.
Key? Keyblade?
Wow.
Key?
Where do you find the patterns for them?
Yeah, where do you find the patterns for those, Bob?
I found a lot of patterns online under like 8-bit art. And here's how the perler bead thing happened for me, is that I like to play Minecraft. There you go. Oh, wait, let me get a little more specific on that. So I like to play Minecraft. So I was looking at the Minecraft stuff online, and I seen what some people were, I did a search for Minecraft. And I was seeing like these things that people were making out of the different color wools and stuff. So I was like, that's really cool. So I started searching for those particular type of pictures. And then on that, I started seeing like, one thing led to another, which led to another, so I ended up going to 8-bit art, and then I started finding all these like pictures and stuff. And a lot of them I would just have to transfer over then into something compatible with this. Here's a Cubichu, I call him. He's a cube of Cubichu.
Cubichu.
Cubichu. I have a little penguin.
Wow. 3D penguin even. Charmander?
Charmander. I have a bunch. Yeah, I do like them. This is just half of one, so you put them together diagonal like, and you end up with a butterfly.
Ah.
So that turned out pretty good. Let's see. Pokeball. 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 Pokeball.
Get a life.
I have one over there. I had an Easter egg. I have more Easter eggs and chicks and stuff on the bulletin board out there because, you know, we just had Easter. Chevelle?
What's it? A shovel?
Yes.
Okay. I'm confused.
My wife wanted a pink diamond. I got her a pink diamond with sparkles. Axe.
Ah.
Another key. Pickaxe. So I had the whole Minecraft set. I had like all the superhero stuff was together. All the like I had it all kind of themed out on the bulletin board out there. Here was the coins from like Zelda.
Yeah. Rupees.
Rupees. That's the word. So that's all that I have here, and then I have like more on the bulletin board out there. But yeah, I use the same thing though for not just for this, but I also have. Hold on, just a second here. I use the same pattern system for this. I'm working on cross stitch, and so I did the same thing. Everywhere where you would have put a bead, you put an X instead, and you end up with. Oh.
Those 8-bit patterns would work for knitting too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was looking for something when I was I screwed up my feet, as you guys know, and our viewers don't. My ankle kind of did this weird thing that put me out of work for like 6 months, and I was just looking for stuff to do. So I was looking for things like this, and the stores didn't have any patterns that looked good. They were all kind of like these cheesy scenes and everything that I would want, that I wouldn't want in my home. These aren't just regular turtles. These are motherfucking Ninja Turtles. So that I can do. So, and they have like programs and stuff where you can put in whatever picture that you want, and it tells you what colors to use and all that stuff. But it's amazing some of the art that I have seen done this style. The Magic the Gathering, I have in my phone a picture where somebody did the Magic the Gathering picture with the cross-stitch stuff, which is pretty, like, amazing. It made it look just like the card. Yep, that's what I got.
So maybe we can give away one of those things, and I'm sure that, oh, she's got a chapstick tube.
Oh, it fell out of my pocket.
Yeah, and I've got I guess some graphic novels or something I can give away too. I mean, there are things that I've got that I could give away as well. Books. I can sign a book and send it to you. It's not my book, but you know. But yeah, we can figure out, or we can on our superhero themed show, for instance, if we wait.
I did find like a whole bunch of different patterns and things that I want to do yet, and I just haven't gotten around to doing. Like
a slime from Dragon Warrior.
Yeah. So here, and this is done with the cross stitch, but this is all the Magic the Gathering icons.
Yes.
And I've done one of them. So out there, I have a Jack the Pumpkin King, the skull from Magic the Gathering, and I think I have like 5 of the skull and crossbones on the bulletin board out there. Okay, so this is cross stitch, not mine. I didn't do this, but it's the Magic the Gathering.
Oh, okay.
Back a card, basically.
Yeah, and it looks amazing. And so the one other thing that they have here, here's a cool one, that Christmas style of the Pokemons and stuff. So using this stuff as a pattern, I'm like totally wanting to. Another one of the ones is I don't know what it's called, but it's like squares, little squares on plastic, and then you take the yarn and you run it through there and you make stuff.
Plastic canvas.
What is that?
Plastic canvas.
Plastic canvas?
So I've seen like the TARDIS done out of that, like 3D style, and out of those things.
I would just like to interrupt you for a moment, Bob, and say that just a second ago we had 3 viewers on at the same time.
What? That's crazy talk. So is this.
Your turn, Kevin.
It's okay, Kevin. I'll stick with you.
She's going to stick with you, Kevin.
Wow. Well, we've been on for 3 hours, and I got to do that sleeping thing, man. It's like seriously like 1:30 in the morning here. When I went in there earlier to get my I got a cramp in my leg again. When I went to get my birds for my feet,
right?
Wife was already on the couch with the TV off, and my wife doesn't have the TV off, like ever. And the TV was off, and she was sound asleep on the couch. Well, she might have been awake. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I will say that I noticed that the later we go tends to have the more viewers, but I don't know if that's a coincidence or if somebody on YouTube is going, holy shit, they've been on for 3 hours. Let me check that shit out.
Yeah.
Hey, it's possible. Maybe. And you know what? I would like to suggest, not today, but in the future, maybe the 100th episode, we do a super show, like we do a marathon. We go for like 5 hours.
A super show. It's a show just like always, but we all wear capes.
There's that option also, but what I'm saying is go for 5 hours instead of like 3 or 4 hours. You know, have
That's a long time to be wearing capes, though.
Well, it doesn't have to be the same show, Bob. is. I mean, we can do that as well. But I am in agreement that for us, for Kevin, Tricia, and I, it's only 10:40. But I don't know about.
We've been up since 5:45.
Yeah, we've been up since 5:45, so I'm a little on the tired side.
See, and I'm still gonna be up for another like 4 hours.
Well, you must work in the middle of the night then.
No, I have to be at work at like 9:30 tomorrow.
In the morning?
Yeah.
That's.
I only need like 4 hours of sleep.
To be young.
Also, I got lots of these.
To drink bull semen.
Well, okay, here's what we figured out. That it's totally okay to drink those drinks as long as you're not getting it right from the tap. Getting the bull semen directly from the bull isn't good, but if you're going to drink it mixed in a pop, that's not so bad.
Sound like Tina.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it.
Oh.
So, for the viewers, we're going to be signing off, and we will stay on for a hair afterwards. The three of us or four of us to say our goodbyes and figure out when if whatever works, and we'll go from there. So, for the viewers or viewer, I guess the live viewer and the second and third one that keep popping in and out, we will be back next week with any luck. Same time, start time, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, or as Bob knows it, 10:30 his time, 7:30 my time. And then and because Kevin's in our time zone, we're it's 3 against 1 in this case. So, but for the viewers, anyone want to say any of their goodbyes for anyone that might be watching live?
Bye, viewers.
Goodbye.
Awesome. And Tricia's waving. So, all right. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.